Hi guys, and welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. I'm going to share the stream in a minute. We're going to go over a lot, and been going over everything. Numerous companies we have to look up. My notes are a lot bigger than normal, because I'm going over GameStop's earnings report. They had an earnings report that was be remembered. It was one of the best I've ever seen for numerous reasons, but we'll go over it in detail. I'm sitting down right now. I'm exhausted. I didn't take a nap or anything. I've been studying. I've been looking up other companies and trying to compare just how far GameStop is ahead of the rest of the world. So you guys got to see it. You guys, I mean, it's phenomenal. And I also want to give a shout out right now to Because I Can and Trove and Jay. These guys have been working overtime, getting some info out. And the Discord, the whole Discord, everybody's getting info out. But there's some new info to get out right now, and I'll show it to you. Oh, okay, no, we're good. Let me close that. I don't even care about that. Okay, cool. And then, it's different whenever you do an earnings call because it's a show, right? Like you're on, you're doing your thing, and then something like this is going to be just us, just the subscribers to the show, because you get a lot of looky-loos, a lot of new people. And then you get the original, the 51 crew right here. That's here. So, it's going to be awesome. So let me show you what's up, okay? It's game over. I'm just telling you right now. It's game over. Nothing compares to you. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I don't know if they bring the energy. I don't know if they're ready to give out the info or if they study the stock the way I do. Couple things we're gonna go over. We're gonna go over the whole sheet, right? This whole earnings report from GameStop. I sped through it earlier, and I was trying to take it in, but it's like as you go through, you don't realize just how massive it is. Like drastically different if you don't sit back and take it in, right? So, no music, no antics right now, no helmet, nothing. Just me and you. Let's talk the raw numbers really quick. Net sales were $732 million for the period compared to the 881. A couple of things about GameStop. One, they don't tell you, I don't care about all the info that they put out in this release. They never tell you physical versus online. And I think that's like a really big deal. I think that by holding it in and being so secretive that you never know what side you're really losing on. If you're brick and mortar or if you're e-com, it's you're disguising your weakness if you have any, right? But in this case, even at the 732, if I take that, and I'm going to use my calculator a lot right now, but if I take the 732 million, and I divide that by the 3,010 stores that are currently available, you're coming in around 243. Guys, just last year, the same quarter, they were averaging around $212,000 per store. They're now at $243,000 per store. So they did go up $30,000 per store in sales per unit. But here's the thing. They have so many less stores that people don't understand that profit. Like, what do you do with that profit? What are you doing with the 40,000 other dollars, right? Because there's more sales in dollars. So I said there was 40,000 more or 30,000 more. It was 30,000. So let's just say you take 30,000. Now you times that by the amount of stores, which is 3,000. That's 90 million more dollars. 90 million more dollars is what they're making per store on that average. Out of the same amount of stores, they're making 90 million more dollars. That means 30 million more dollars a month, and that means out of the 3,000 stores, about $1,000 more a store a month. It doesn't sound like a big number. Maybe 10,000. Is it 10,000? I don't know. Get this, divide this by 3. It comes out to their 30 million, divided by the 3,010, and they're doing 10,000. I'm so sorry. I was right, 10,000. So they're doing 10,000 more dollars a month per store. Big number. That's $2,500 a week. And just to give you an example, even if it were 10,000 divided by the 30 days in a month, it's $300 each day. Additional sales per store each day. $300. So for all you guys that work at GameStop, for all you guys that shop there, you are the difference maker. Okay? Wow, Derek. Thank you for the love and support of the channel, bro. Appreciate you. And I'm supposed to say Mo. My guy, Mo. So when they're making just 300, even more, right? That little incremental amount makes waves, even in this huge ocean. But then we're going to go to SG&A. In SG&A, I had them at 267 because I'm thinking, hey, how crazy could it really get? Well, it can get really crazy because we see the 228, and they actually give us a breakdown of it, which I'm really excited about because from an accountant standpoint, remember what I've always said, they've hid the SG&A. They're still hiding pieces, and I'll show you how they did it. But right here, to go from this 228 number versus the 295, that's massive. That's $70 million swing because 228 actually has $3 million hidden in it. But you're looking at a $70 million swing. So $70 million on SG&A versus whatever this was. What was the difference? $150 million? The bulk of profits you kept. I'm going to explain. This was 80 plus another 70, 68. Yeah, $140 million. Wow, phenomenal. But here's the thing. Operating loss was $10 million, right, for the period. And everybody's going to go, well, your operating loss is $10 million, Marantz. They're not profitable. Right away, people run and say that, right? They're so ignorant to it all. They don't understand that the operating loss of negative 50 versus negative 10, that's a $40 million swing in the first quarter. But if you read, I love GameStop actually said it. They said, you know what? This is why you don't want guidance. This is why you guys all out there, we need guidance. We need a shareholders meeting. No, they did it. Because this is what any other CEO would be saying, what they actually wrote. They said, listen, our first quarter operating loss includes a $35.5 million impairment charge related to the international restructuring efforts. So the fact that they closed down all these stores, and there's a lot to write off on there. There's a lot of one-time hits. But at the other end of that, it's going to help you. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So right now they're at 35.5. And so you actually add that back into the plus on this side. So when you add that back in, it's actually going to give you $27.5 million worth of operational losses. Gains, profit, $27.5 million. You take that number and you compare it to the previous number of 50.6, which actually was 55, right? Compared to the $55 million loss the prior year. But if you take that, it's a complete swing. It's a complete swing of 80 million. Look at this. 50 loss negative plus 27. That's going to be $76 million. But now the other part is you add in this one, that's 81 million. $81 million swing for GameStop on the first quarter. Then we go ahead and we look at the net income. We can have this conversation to be loss and plus. You're 76 million, phenomenal, right? But you're looking at $83 million adjusted net income. That's a crazy number, guys. That's 19 cents a share. Diluted share means 17 cents a share. 19 plus the 29 they already are. You're looking at a 46 cents a share. 46 cents a share on an annual basis. Guys, they're literally already halfway there. They're halfway breaking even. If you get to $1, your PE ratio is going to be crazy. You're at 50 cents right now, and it's still crazy. 46 is right there. It's on the verge of being 50, but I know where the other 4 cents are. They're in the interest that weren't generated quarter 2 and quarter 3, maxed out. And I'll show you what I mean by that. It's right here. So when you go to financials and we go to quarterly, right here for GameStop, they had $14.9 million of interest. This quarter they had 57. So let's just call it 57 for the next. They're going to have it right there. They're going to get an additional 15 million. That's 4 cents. Just remember this, guys. Every $17 million is 4 cents. Okay? It's that simple. Every $17 million is 4 cents. Because every $4 million is a penny. Basically what it is per share. So 4.47, whatever it is. $4.5 million is a penny. So you're looking here and you want to have an additional $16 million, you're going to get that. You're going to get your 4 pennies. They're right here, so you're going to get 50 cents. You really are. 50 cents for the year on it, and then you're going to make it a little more. I get that on interest. So we're good for about 210. It looks like we're good for 210, 220 on interest for GameStop for the year. Those are the numbers you're looking at. So we already have $200 million here. And then up here on ops, they literally had 27. 27 the first quarter. What do you think they're doing next quarter? I can tell you right now, sales-wise, this will be pretty comparable. With the Switch 2 in there, with everything that they're selling, everything they're doing, Pokemon cards and PSA graded cards, everything. And for the SG&A to be down at 220, you're going to gain $50 million. So $50 million, and your profit margins are way higher. We're at 34% right now. So let's just ballpark it and say 37, 33. I'm so sorry. But to be at 33 versus 31, you're still 3% higher, right? You're still going to get some basis points on this. But we went from 27 to 34. Take that one up there to 34, 35, whatever you want to call it. Maybe not so great because you have to factor in all the deposits. That's what I factor in on being high profit margin. But to be 34%, that's execution. So now we're at 31, just so that we're clear. We're at 31. And if that remains on par, and we're getting remotely close, right? Because GameStop does a huge number. For quarter 2, you're going to look at profits $50 million more. So you literally will have another 27, 28, 30. And with the 15, so you're going to have ops profit. Because I already counted all this up, right? I said 200, so I'm not going to count that anymore. I'm going to go ops profit. You're going to get $50 million off of that already. So it's 250 for the year, and then you're going to have these 2 quarters left. And this quarter looks like it's going to be a good quarter, and this one's going to be magnificent. So you're going to get another 100 like you did back here. Don't worry, I know it's there. And you'll get another 25. I'm just ballparking right now. So if I can actually do this, I'm going to go 175, 200, 375 total. Hey, did I mention Bitcoin? We haven't even talked Bitcoin yet, but we're already at 375. If you can get 125 million, I apologize, out of Bitcoin, which it's all dependent on how high Bitcoin wants to run this year, it's going to be a lot of money. It's going to be $500 million. I'm telling you how close you're going to get. Okay? Couldn't watch the first stream because of work. Thanks for running back in a breakdown, Marantz. Duvy, you're welcome. You should really watch the first stream. I can't even believe all the things we got right while it was happening. Like, people don't even realize it. Like, check this out. I swear to you, watch this. I don't know where it's at in the live stream, but I just want to find it so you guys can hear it because it was crazy. Watch this. Not that guy. Watch this. Hold on. Meaning they're beyond 3 billion. They're all the way up to 7. No. I said we're still big. 5 times the earnings that's coming. I mean, what are you trying to tell me, Wall Street? That's what I want to know. What are you guys trying to tell me? About Bitcoin. That losing 9 cents last year, losing 11 cents last year is going to be going to the plus side, 4 cents? Is that what they're calling it? So if they're considering a 15-cent swing per share, that's a swing profit. Dude, that's a huge number. You're talking about $50 million. Guys, I'm telling you, $58 million is what they're projecting. And you're like, 58 million, 60 million, that's what you're projecting? Well, Wall Street, then why the hell are you calling it a $10 stock? Why are you calling it $13.50? Yeah. When you're afraid to lose, as far as you're ever going to get. I had said something on the live. You guys can find it. I was listening to it while I was watering the grass. I had to go water the grass and take out the trash cans and do all of that right now. And I was listening to a part where I said, well, if Bitcoin's not included for this quarter, if they would have bought it in this chart, like I showed it on the chart, and then it was like, yeah, I hit it dead on the money. I said, well, if they didn't buy it down here, then they bought it up here at 93. And if they bought it at 93, we're still up $15,000 a coin. So they still come $75 million. Boom, we're at $400 million of profit for the year. Yeah, $450 million. Yeah, I see it. We're going to be amazing, guys. We already are. But there's something to talk about. You guys want to talk about coincidences? Nothing's coincidental. Check it out, okay? This is going to be that leveraged ETF that your boy Matthew what's his name? Toby Tubbin? What was his name again? I can't remember his name. Tuttle? Tuttle. This is the one they went ahead and invented. And I was doing more homework. Mr. Tuttle invented the inverse Kramer ETF as well. So for Kramer to go out and announce things, and then Tuttle comes around and makes money off of the downside of it, the backside of it, and he's getting enough retail to go over there and play in that world. It just tells you how they manipulate the outcomes of everything they're doing. But right here, the T-Rex 2X long GMEDD daily target is now, out of nowhere, miraculously, maintenance requirement of 400%. So you can't do margin unless you're putting in 4X total. So why did they increase the margin requirement? Why are they why did they increase it, guys? Because they know exactly what's about to happen. We're about to go up and to the right. This thing's crazy. I'm going to show you something. They had to get a hold of it right now in the after hours. So GameStop was down here in 28.30, right? Way down here. Touched again the 28.26. It was trying to reach the bottom again. Nope. It just went straight up. Boom. And so when you go up $1.50 in a heartbeat, and guys, these are the minute ticks right here. Literally one tick. Look at this. You can give me all the volume you want. 30,000 shares. $1.50. Good luck. Good luck trying to hang on to the reins of this shit, because I have a good suspicion that people are on the phone right now having conversations about GameStop. And the reason why you're going to have a conversation about GameStop is because of there's this factor that a measurable that we don't talk about called free cash flow. We don't really go for it too much because GameStop's always sandbagging their own number. I've always said that, and I've always seen it, but not this time around. GameStop went in here and showed you that they are at $6.4 billion on free cash flow for the quarter. 26% of their revenue was free cash flow. That is unheard of. In the world of investing, that's unheard of. And I know there's assets that come, and connected to that. But if you look right here, completed the divestiture. I don't even know how to say that damn word. Divestiture. I never really had to say it, bro. So I don't care. Don't judge me. Or judge me. Of Canada on May 4th, 2025. If they completed it on that date, that means the cash is still carrying over. That's all I'm telling you. So purchasing Bitcoin in that window of June 10th versus whatever, I mean, you're announcing that today, June 10th. Well, I'm sorry, guys. Ryan Cohen's interview was when? Help me with the interview. For everybody out there who says GameStop bought the top, what was the date of the Bitcoin of the let me see this real quick. Ryan Cohen Bitcoin interview. When did it come out? Right here, 2 weeks ago. So this thing came out 2 weeks ago. On what day? So May 28th. Okay, cool. So May 28th is what I'm looking at. Let's go look at the chart. Now, I'm not a genius, but May 28th is right here. Right here. So Ryan comes out and says, we started buying May, and he said May 3rd, right? May 3rd. They told you the date, May 3rd. So if you were buying Bitcoin, GameStop, and it starts running, what do you think your average is? Between this top and this bottom, is the average right around here? Right around here at around 100,000. So at worst is what I'm guessing, but I don't want to guess too hard. But at worst, they could be 103, 100,000, somewhere in that range. Or they got it all in while it was still under 100,000. That's all I'm telling you. I'm looking at it the way you would. He gives you a date. They found this retraction level here. They go, okay, here it is. Here's our support. Let's start getting it. Boom. Here we go. So from 95,000, it looks 93,000 and some change, all the way up to eventually, you think they're buying the peak, right? I know a lot of you guys, they bought the top. Okay. Wouldn't matter because we still have to watch Bitcoin play out of this system all the way up until the end of July for the reporting date. So, Bitcoin, end of July, somewhere over here. We'll see where it goes to from here on out. All I know is you're up at least 10 to 15. I'll be easy and I'll call 10, so you're up $45 million. Okay? The trailing 12 is 239 million. I don't know if that's true, Alex. I don't know who's writing that out, but I think I was like 201. But if it's 239, I'm down too. I'm excited about that number as well. I just don't know how it goes up to that number, but I'm with you. Maybe you're right. I don't know too much, but I do know something. I do know that they're at 27% of their revenue was cash to the bottom line. So it's a huge number for free cash flow. Huge number for anyone who's involved with the company. Now, let's go back. So there's your cash. Here's what's going on. Additional information can be found in the 10Q itself. So the 10Q itself we'll have to read and go through the whole thing. I'll have to find time for that. But I wanted to talk to you guys because I want to compare GameStop to some other companies after we get through this all. Net sales themselves, as you can see, like I said, 150 less than, yet cost of goods sold, the COGS themselves, pretty good because look at the gross profit. We actually made more money, gross profit, just doing business than we did when we sold more. So if we would have sold more based off of the ratio, we would have had, let's just say 34% on that bigger number on 881, just so that we're clear. 881, 34 and a half would have brought you around $303 million. So this number should be 303 if it were the averages of what we are, and then you'd have a crazy number, right? But this right here, it guts you, but it's okay. SG&A is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. That's free money. That's free money to go and grab for quarter 2 and quarter 3 and quarter 4. I never thought it would be in 228. I remember the days when I was balancing this P&L and I was saying, man, $1.5 billion in SG&A, if they could just get it down to there, they'd be great. I never thought it could get down to $1 billion. Not in all my years as far as cutting businesses up, but this is damn good. This is really good to see. Now here's the interest. Like I told you, that's the true swing. You saw they didn't have as much, and we have more. The more cash we get on the books, the more cash we have, the bigger interest pile we generate, and that's making money. That's a money-making thing. To give value to your company that's going to be into the S&P coming up. I mean, that's awesome. You can tell this to your investors that you have this nest egg in there that is going to fluctuate, and the days that Bitcoin's up high, you're going to be up high. And we now have a stab from a short seller standpoint. We now have a stab in everything that they're doing, right? If they're going to use crypto against us, guess what? We're in crypto. If they're going to use the markets, the longs against us, guess what we are? We're about to be the long, right? So there's so many hedges to investments that we're on the other side of this trade right now. It's about to be running downhill, and it's looking great. And I hope you guys can see the value. Now, here's your income. We have some tax in there. It's fine. But at $44.8 million in this quarter one, and that does not include Bitcoin. That does not include any console cycles, recycles, anything. That's just Pokemon, and that's just PSA graded cards. I'm just telling you what it is, guys. That is PSA and Pokemon at $44.8 million worth of profit. There was no video game releases that you had to have. There was no console releases. That's $44.8 million of profit. Hit the bottom line. And when you can produce profits and it flips your script, to be negative 11 shares versus now positive 9 with the diluted float, that's a flip of 20 cents a share. For GameStop, that's massive. It's absolutely massive, guys. So 20 cents a share puts you in a very rare category, puts you at $80 million. I want people to know that. So, cost of sales are there. You'll see the decrease from 72 to 65. Massive number. 34.5. Huge increases. SG&A even decreased. So for the increase in sales and the decrease in the percentage of expenses, this is what you are calling controllables. Okay? If we didn't have this 4.5.8%, that 4.5.8% would get thrown up to the profit side. So operational losses there would actually flip on the 4.8. And you would have, a huge number. You would have, I don't even know, 6.3, 6.1. They put 6.2 because of other income and taxes. So this net income of 6.1%, that is a huge number, guys. Huge number. To give you an example of why that number is huge, we're going to go up here. This is going to be the history of GameStop, their operating margin. Oh, it's my wife. Yes, ma'am. I'm live with the crew right now going over GameStop's earnings. No, baby, not still. I had to take a break, had to eat, had to do stuff with the dogs, had to take care of the cat, had to make sure everything's up and running around here, and I'm good. But now I'm doing this. So I just started maybe 26 minutes ago. Okay. All right, honey, I love you. Drive safe. All right. I had leftovers, babe. I had a piece of pineapple. I had some food. I think I had whatever you made with the chicken in there. The shells, everything. Yeah, I did very well. Thank you so much. I said I had the chicken and everything. It was good. It was great. Baby, whatever was in the fridge, I was eating. All right. Thank you. All right, I love you. I got to get going. Did you talk to our son today? Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Had to check if my son was still breathing. He's a warm body. Yeah, guy. Love you, honey. I got to go. Thank you. There we go. All right, guys. I'm back. Sorry about that. Family comes first, always. And somebody in the chat is telling me Tony De Niro put up the 2024 numbers. He said, I was off by a penny. He was off by a penny. There. Yeah? Did he guess massive profits? Is that what he guessed? Adjusted net income is 17 cents plus the 29 they already had. So it's 46 cents for the year. Phenomenal number. Phenomenal number. Anyway, watch this, guys. So this chart here, most people won't have. They won't know where to go get it, but you know us, guys. We're a little different. So this is going to be the operating margin history for GameStop from 2002 all the way to 2025. So this is the last 23 years of GameStop. And 0 is where they've operated at a profit. This whole timeline. From all the way to about the 2012, right? Then they duck down. 2013, they're out. Pop back up, private equity comes in, and you'll see what private equity has done to this company where they have gutted the company all the way down. Roaring Kitty comes out and says, they're not negative 16%. This is not even COVID, guys. This is just regular 2019 doing really bad deals. Oh, hold on 1 second. Oh, yes. My wife is so funny, dude. Hold on, guys. She says, I understand you're excited. And she's absolutely correct about something. You guys got to give me a second here. My love. Hold on. She's dodging my phone calls. Oh, she's on the phone. Okay, cool. All right, that's fine. Thanks for being live right now. Euro poor over here, and I have to be at work in 2 hours, but can't sleep. It's cool, man. You're good. Welcome to it. Yeah, I don't know. My wife, she says, see, wife knows. Okay, it's earnings. Everybody knows it's earnings. And if you're in my household and it's earnings, I'm a lot different than anyone in the world about GameStop earnings. You can't bother me. I'm dialed in. I'm got my clothes ready the day before. I already have my clothes ready for tomorrow for work, just because I today's my full day. And my wife says to me, I get that you're excited, but phone calls from your wife have priority. Oh man, I love it. She was actually really nice though on the phone. What is she? She was just asking me what I want for dinner. That's it. And I was like, I already had leftovers. I'm eating, bros. I'm grinding. All right, whatever. We're here. Thank you, honey. Love you. Bye. I'm reading the text she's reading. Okay. When you say GameStop are hiding profits, do you think that they're paying accounts payable way ahead of schedule? Quarter 3, quarter 24, it was 494, and then quarter 4, it was 148. This quarter, it's 198. Yes. The simple answer is yes. Alex P., I've shown it where they have accounts payable and they actually front load their payments. They're paying their bills so that they can have a net profit of a certain amount. It's how you actually manipulate your final number. No, I don't want to be left. I was trying to call, man, and she's not listening, but it's good. Okay. Jamie, not including Bitcoin profit until next quarter. Correct, Trav. We know that. What the hell? These guys are amazing, bros. Anyway, let's talk about operational profits here, okay? This is operating margin for GameStop. It had gotten so close to being profitable, right? This is Ryan Cohen right here. So close to being profitable. This is when everybody's talking crap to you, saying it's a terrible company, it's going to the ground. It's not. And, it's a piece of crap company right down here when Ryan took over, when he actually started investing. And then he took over right here, and he got us over the edge because we're no longer here. We're now profitable by 6%, guys. Now, the last time GameStop was 6%, 2017, 2016. So 8 years ago, 9 years ago. This was a run when GameStop was peaking at around 7% profit. I'm here to tell you they're going to be a lot more than 7%. 7.5% is the best they've ever done. 2009. I can only imagine what it was like after Christmas. But 7.5% is not going to be anywhere near what they're going to do moving forward. I'm telling you that now, guys. The amount of profit that they're generating on percentage of, right here, of gross profit is phenomenal. The phenomenal part is here because the additional 4% you're going to get back, you're going to get everything back plus. It's going to be plus, guys. Okay? The interest itself is going to give you massive improvements. So there's going to be a lot that they can't handle, but we're going to get back those impairment losses. We're going to get back this 4%. You're going to be a 10% company. I'm telling you now, you're going to be a 10% company, and there's no one not named Warren Buffett that wouldn't buy this shit. Everybody will buy this company in this sheet if they start doing 10% profit on net income, okay? And I'm telling you, that's where we're headed. We're headed at 10% of your sales will be income. So 10% will put you at $73 million. In this case, for this quarter, which you would have had over that. You would have had, you're going to have 10%, guys. So when you're doing, just listen to me, you're doing $3 billion, Wall Street, they're going to have $300 million of profit. They really are. And you can't stop it. There's nothing, because it's just what they're doing. We're not even talking Bitcoin yet, players. We'll throw Bitcoin in there in a little bit. That $50 million worth of profit they got coming your way. But no, I'm going to leave that alone. Their business is profitable. These guys know how to run a business. And then they're going to flex. They're going to execute. They're going to do it with intention. They're going to do it on every release day, doing these around the block midnight releases. They're going to do the May the 4th be with you. They're going to do the Cyber Monday, Cyber Week. They're going to do the Pro Players Weeks. They're going to do the Pokemon launches. They're going to do everything. The restocking of the shelves for the Switch and Pokemon cards. They're going to give you every reason to be there every week. They're creating their own up. That's what they're doing. By telling you the days that they're actually going to have the shelves stocked with the goods after they sell out every week. People are around the building, lined up. And it gives you a reason to come up and get a membership. So I'm going to be looking at the 10K coming up, or the 10Q, I should say, coming up. Okay, so I wanted you guys to see that chart here where GameStop's above the deadline and they're way up here now. Massive gains on operating profit margin. They're way up there on profits. To give an example, operating margin is 3.59 after quarter four, where they actually had $131 million, right? They were 3.59%. That's a change of 1,300. Huge swing from being down 100%. They're now up 1,300. They're going to be even higher. So operating, had they ever broken 10, they never have. I mean, if they break 8, they're going to do it. 8, they beat everybody at 720. So once you get past 721, well, then guess what? You're the greatest company ever. You're the greatest GameStop ever. You're never going to go anywhere. You can't lose. Here's what I want to look at, though. I want to look at ranking by categories, and I want to go to retail. And I want to go, well, you know what, guys? I don't want to always go after the top companies. I'm not like here to fight everybody, but we've got plenty of companies to look at to see if they're going to ever beat us. Abercrombie & Fitch, let's go look them over. They don't have enough market cap to even care about, so don't care about what they're doing. Five Below. It's a retail company. Five Below has no market cap. It's a trash company. I'm not worried about it. Mind you, all these guys have value, right? They have value for what they are, but they're terrible, terrible private equity, extensions of what they're not really. Restoration Hardware, no market cap at all, $3.5 billion. Let's go ahead and do, what's the next one I have here? I have, somebody told me this coupon place. Is that what it's called? Is it what it's called? I can't think of the name. CPNG, right? Coupang. There we go. This is what I want. I want companies like this. Companies with $51 billion in market cap. All right? Massive companies. Companies that we shouldn't even be in the same language, the same category. Nothing. Let's go check them out. Revenue-wise, $30 billion, $24 billion, right? Monsters, guys. Monsters of the Midway. That's what these guys are. Go to their earnings. What do they earn? Their earnings are $700 million, $600 million. From 1.5 when they lost, so they were at 64 loss. Oh, that's the net right there, positive. So 600 million, 700 million. Could you imagine GameStop having $31 billion in sales and what they would actually get as far as earnings go? What the ratio is? Yet this company gets a market cap of $51 billion. And we're looking at the price history here all the way down. And right now it's $28 a share, which is fine. PE ratio. The trailing 12 PE ratio of 188. GameStop is at 60 right now, 65 to be exact. So this company has a market cap of $51 billion. That means it's overpriced. When the PE ratio is 188, wild. Yet they're ranked up there in the top companies in the world, and this is why. Because their price to sales is there. They're literally at 1.65. You go to more, I want to go to operating margin. Operating margin for this company, just so that we're clear, GameStop is at 6 right now. These guys are at 2.4. 2.46. Ending the year at 1.56 on 2024. Now, do you think you should be invested into this company versus a GameStop? Where GameStop can just open up one new store and you're getting more value towards your shares. GameStop kills this company, Coupang. Coupang doesn't even belong in the same sentence. 2%, that's what you are? Okay, next, they're done. AZO, AutoZone. Let's check them out. $62 billion, AutoZone. You're a monster. Yes, amazing. $62 billion with the market cap. Their revenue is $18 billion. So they trade 5 times X on revenue, whatever the hell it is. Maybe not even 5, maybe 4. Earnings, or 3. They're at 3. Earnings for them are $3.28 billion. Now that's a good earnings. Price, they're at $3,000 a share. They're massive. They never split. They never did anything. Right? They just keep going up and to the right. This damn company. PE ratio, 28. 28. It's all priced in. Okay, let's go to operating margin. I'm just curious. Massive. Massive. This is a great company the way it's run, huh? 17%. Damn, that's good. So maybe they should be ranked way up there. AutoZone. So there's one that we're not ready to take on just yet. I'll bind you. Their market cap $62 billion. We're just not ready yet for AutoZone. But you know what, though? It's not true. Because it's the sum of all parts. Remember I tell you guys? There's a lot more to it than just what their numbers do. GameStop has cash. GameStop has options. These guys are strapped. If you don't believe me, always come over here and look up your company. AZO. Go ahead and look up something like this. You go to the overview. And when you look up this overview, you're going for income versus revenue, which is fine. Shares outstanding, 16,000. The EPS, earnings per share, is 148 versus the price. So what's book? You got to ask yourself that too. Forward PE, everything. So we're going to go to financials on them, and we're going to go to their balance sheet. When you look up their balance sheet, you're going to look up they have no cash whatsoever. So for a company that's so massive, billions and billions of dollars, billions, they have $200 million cash. They have no cash. They operate as if all they're trying to do is pay their executives. $18 billion in assets, liabilities, 22. Do you get what I'm telling you? Why they're in trouble? They're literally upside down $8 to $9 billion. They couldn't pay off their debt if they wanted to. The cash that they don't carry, that they don't possess, is negative $12 billion. Do you guys always think that being leveraged is a good thing? If I showed you what the company can do, but yet what is it actually worth? Book value of negative 237. They have negative shareholder deficit. They don't have an equity. They have deficit. $3.9 billion. This is one of the worst investments out there. This is private equity driven left and right. But people look at it and say, look at that big shiny number. This is not how you run a company. And that's AutoZone. I will never buy it. Never. You lost, AutoZone. You're not GameStop. I'm just educating. That's all I'm doing tonight. Okay. Let's try to stick with stuff in your sector, Marantz. Let's not go after, these randoms. Let's go to TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx, one of the top 10 companies in the world. Top 10 on retail. Look at this thing, $140 billion. They must make an amazing amount of money. And they do. Look at this. Holy shit. Earning $6 billion. Massive. TJ Maxx. Oh, so good. PE ratio 29 to sales 2.4, not bad. Let's go to operating margin. I wonder how they operate. 11%, quite similar to GameStop. Remember, I'm telling you, GameStop should be 10% today. They should have been 11%. They should have made $83 million. Adjusted EBITDA puts you at 11%. But nobody knows this part. They just report the numbers they see. So GameStop's right there with them. This is a double-digit company, has been for the last 25 years. Look at this great company, the way they run. Good for them. We're coming for you, TJ. To put GameStop in those categories, it'd be awesome, isn't it? It's a $140 billion company. GameStop's going to kill the numbers, guys. But these are the type of numbers GameStop's putting up. I want to look at 2 more companies. Were we going after Amazon? We're not going after Amazon, right? I mean, we're not Amazon. So how about we just do Best Buy? Can we just do Best Buy? Best Buy is amazing, right? Strong sheet, strong everything. Best Buy, $15 billion. $41 billion worth of damn sales. phenomenal earnings. They come in, they bring in 1.6 billion. That's a huge number. PE ratio of 12. They've been around forever. You should be buying this damn thing. That price is $74. It's a give me. Poor guys. Operating margin, guys, 3%. GameStop's making more with less. These guys are at 3% in ops. GameStop's, I'm telling you, 11 to 12 right now. It's an amazing number. So 3%, I can't make my business up to 3% of margin. That's all you're doing? You can't do it. All right. Last one I'm going to look up just for fun. Costco. Wow. Huge market cap. A lot of sales. $10 billion up to $8.9 billion in revenue. Man, history of this stock is up and to the right. That's crazy. Anybody see that Dorito right there? You see that Dorito right there? Oh, I see it. Okay, cool. Anyway, PE ratio, 57. GameStop 65. Pretty close. Ops margin, operating margin, 3.82%. Have you figured it out yet, guys? Have you figured it out? Just how massive it is to be in retail, being a retail company, and making 10% margin. I'm talking about ops margin, 10%. Have you guys figured out how massive that is? I hope so. All right, back to it. Did I beat it over the head? Did I do enough? Do you guys understand? GameStop's massive. That was my point. All right, I gotta read some of this chat right here. The Switch 2 and Xbox console will send us to the moon. We're already on the moon, bros. Number 77 like incoming. Thank you guys for all the likes and support of the channel. Yeah, Vincey, we're here to work, bro. We're not here to take days off and take the time off. We're doing it, okay? All right, so let's get back to the stats. Let's get back to the chart of what we're looking at. So that's what this means to me. The 6% means the world to me. It's a massive number, and when you can take away this 4.8, which is a one-timer, you're throwing on almost 11% of net income. 11%. Nobody has that on ops. Nobody. That'd be great, right? So, let's go out here to net sales. Yeah, let's talk about this. So, GameStop comes up at gross profit of 193, and SG&A is already at 160. So in the U.S. at this time, they're making operating income. They're profitable in the U.S. of $33 million. So you Wall Street guys who are hating on GameStop and say they don't make a profit operationally, Tony De Niro, pay the fuck attention, kid. They do. They already cut out Canada. They already cut out the 22. That's gone. All they're up against is this 20 over here. Well, guess what? That's for the company itself. They're already profitable. They were profitable $10 million the other way on ops. But the one-timers here are here. This and this. That's the 35.5 that is one-timers. You won't get. That's not going to come up back to bite you in the ass anymore. If you take that away, then they're still doing great. They're doing phenomenal because they would have come out, negative the other way, not much. I mean, look at it. They probably would have had right here, gross profit, 10, SG&A 13, so they're upside down 3 million. Right here, they're flat the other way, and they're positive. So they would have been fine. But those impairment charges come back and get them. That's what they do. And I'm okay. We're not gonna lose we're not gonna lose sleep over it. Okay? But that came and got them back. That's all that was. And let me see something. Gross profit, boom. So they were right here. Gross profit was there. They were negative this number, but they got it back. They get it back 31 million. They get it back the other way. I mean, that's awesome, dude. They get it back right here, 21. They get it back the other way. They just lost here, man. They lost here. Just fine. They're just shutting down operations. So when you see that 35 go back up, it's 27.5. That's why they can make these announcements and tell you, hey, man, this is where we're at. Then you add in the interest, 56.9, almost $57 million. That's a phenomenal number, too. So I'm happy with it. I couldn't be more happy. I've tried. I was like, right there, I was like, man, look at this ugly number. These are 2024, guys. When we were excited about 2024 still, I was okay with negative 50 million. Look at it. They had negative 50 million right there. Boom. And you're just like, what? Look at the SG&A before. Crazy SG&A, because here's what happened. They're hiding it. If you guys are not paying attention, they're hiding it. They're hiding it. They're hiding it. They're literally putting, it says other. No. This is them hiding their expenses within that SG&A, controlling the profit you don't see. So for them to come out at a 50 negative, they went and hid it. That's all they did. They were going to be fine. You guys, the gross profit was 244, and they come in at 252. They're going to be fine quarter one. What's their interest? Their interest is 15. So you mean to tell me 42 plus 15 would have been what? How close would they have been to add 14 to that number? That'd have been 58. They were at 52. They were already positive point by $6 million. They were going to be fine. But ops-wise, they're hiding $42 million in here. And that's where this expense comes from. So they really are a 244 versus a 252 last year. They're already flat. That's essentially flat, guys, for $1 billion company. But what did they do? They came in and announced the number 32.3, and in the next 2 quarters, they wouldn't have got it back. They wouldn't have got back that exact amount. I wonder why. I wonder how. How do you control, controls, how do you control your number? It's right here. It's that category right there. So let's go look at it really quick. Let's go look right up here, and you look at other. Okay, when somebody says Marantz, they're controlling the number. Look at what they're hiding. They're hiding $33 million that you could get the other way around. You could get it the other way around, guys, because your true SG&A is here. It's absolutely $60 million plus on ops. You're 60 plus on ops, guys. They don't even know it. You can keep your 35. And GameStop doesn't have to put in that 36 in there. They just do it anyway. I promise you the way this works. In a 3-month period, you're telling me you couldn't swing any of this to the previous quarter or the next one over. Oh, you can. How do I pay my vendors? Up to 30 days. They can wait. They don't have to know. I'm telling you what it is. There's contracts for this. But you know what? Let's make some payments. Let's put some money in here. Let's sandbag the number a little different. Well, and it's not always intentional. It's also based off of what you would consider an operating budget. Okay? Listen, I'm gonna show it to you, okay? I'm not just gonna tell you, I'm gonna show it to you. So you're at $42 million, okay? Now what do I want? I want 20% better OB. I want to come down 20% off of that number. Every year, you're going to come in, you're going to be like, you know what? Our expenses, we want to control them. First quarter, I know we're at 42 million last year. Let's go ahead and get it down 20%. That's what we're doing. We're looking for percentages, right? So what's 20% off of 42? Somebody do the quick math. 8 million? 8 million, ballparking it, right? Okay. What are they short? 6 million? So they're short 6 million. Even better. They're down 15%. So, hey, I want to do 15% less this quarter. Ryan's out there saying, hey, can we do 15% on that? Yeah, let's go ahead and do 15% less on expenses. So we pushed through 42. Now we're pushing through 36. 15% less. Well, how much of that can we hide in here? We can fill it up. Remember this, guys, because next quarter it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be quarter versus quarter, and we're going to see how much they want to decrease in SG&A versus last year. But that other, where it says other, you have to look more into that. I'm just telling you, and you can't because that's the swing. All right? Whether you're signing contracts and things like that. Okay, now this guy says, what did he say? Why would they not hide it then? So why would they, what do you mean not hide it? This is how you do it. This is how you create a P&L. And this is how you show people that you're a responsible adult as a company, right? You're showing that, okay, so I'm evaluating them, right? Check me out. I'm an investor, and I manage other people's money. And what I want to see is I want to see management making incremental changes in profits and swinging it in the right direction. I'm going to ask for everything. I'm going to ask for all the P&Ls. So what GameStop doing, they're literally showing you the profits and losses per category. They broke it down this way. This is why I get so giddy and excited, because they literally are showing you how they are creating profit per sector, right? Well, in this case, it would be like, we call it per department, like a category. It would be like, okay, here's your categories, and just the categories being Canada, Europe, Australia, and U.S. And then you say, okay, now I want to see improvements. I just don't want to see a bottom line. Anybody could smother the bottom line and throw lipstick on it, and then guess what happens? You go in there and you go, oh, well, here's what happened, man. There was Pokemon card releases, and there was Xbox, and there was this. Now they're going to tell you the only reason why you made improvements and the only reason why you made money was because of the products released. Remember, when you're judging a business, the only thing that matters about this business, and the only reason why you have managers, and the only reason why you have directors, is because they're in control. They're called controllables, guys. How do I manage my payroll? How do I manage my expenses? How do I manage my overhead? How do I manage, it would be a maintenance contract. How do I manage my logistics and my deliveries? How do I manage these things that are controllable? The things that are not controllable, you can do nothing about it, right? Utilities, are they really that controllable? I mean, you got to have the power on. They're just there. Or do you go in there and implement some hard cutoff on lights or air control, depending on where you live and the inclement weather, right? Those are things that are not necessarily controllable. They're just expenses. The absolute controllable things would be payroll, outside services, maintenance, and equipment. Those are controllable things. You get to ask your regional, your directors. You go, hey, guys, my regional manager, I'm going to need a new this. Can I get this? And they'll be like, we don't have it in the budget. Well, the budget's calling for 15% less spent right here. So did they spend 15% less? They did. And that 15% less on that one line, great managers, great store directors, equates to profit at the end of it all. It equates to profit because they found a way to push through with what they have. You're going to need more tape. You're going to need more time. You guys need to see more P&L. This is my first one that they've actually shown the breakdown. That's why I'm like, yo, this is wild, dude. Like, I'm so excited. And you should be excited if you're an investor into GameStop, because what it shows you is they have great leaders at all levels, and they're understanding the metrics on how to generate profit for what they have. And it's not just because they're selling a core product. It's not, oh man, now we're selling this. No, it's more than that. It's about execution in time and the way they've averaged it out. So, I'll wake up for this one. Thank you, Endgame. You're going to love it. So that's how it works, Felix. If you ever run a company, you come up with a budget, and you got to be within that budget in this given time frame. We call them periods. So it'd be first quarter. We're in this budget right now. Last year we did $42 million worth of other expenses. Guess what? We want to go ahead and be less than. So what's less than? 36 is less than. And you want to find a way to get it all the way down. I mean, look at what the hell Australia did. Australia went Europe did positive. Europe literally went and said, we're not spending any money. They went the complete opposite route. So you want things like that. But like this right here, this one-timer, you're not up against that 35.5 next year. When you annualize on it and you go, 36, we want to go down another 10%. All right, well, then you're going to come down. You're going to be at around $33 million, right? Or you're going to come through and you're going to say, I want 15 again. They're always going to want more with less. You want to generate more profits with less people, less things, less anything. And I know it's a crazy way to look at business, but you have no choice. The reason why you don't have choice is because the prices go up even for you. And those margins, someone has to eat them. And you don't want to increase prices? Great, then go get me more. Go step over those paper clips to get me the pennies. Make that happen. There's certain companies like GameStop that change their hours of operation. When they changed their hours of operation, they went from a 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock building to a noon all the way through to 8:30, 9 o'clock, like that whole end of the day. And I'm sure they did all of the math in the world. When do the core of our customers walk in? When is it going to be beneficial for us to work? If your deliveries are happening before 12, then maybe your employees got to be there at 10, 10:30. Your deliveries come in and you start shipping stuff out, and then you have time to merch and you get your stuff ready. Right now, that's what we're doing. We're not losing that time when we open at 9 and we're still waiting for product to come, and people are waiting in line and people are not even there, and people don't even show up anymore because they're like, no, your product doesn't get here until midday. You have to know what your freight situation is, and then how you're going to merch it when it comes in. So I like that they talk it out. I've talked it out with the employees myself, but changing the hours of operation have as much as an effect on the employees and their life as it does also the customers. You have to train the customers on your new hours and new expectations for merch. And then vice versa. You also got to explain it to your employees why you're bringing them in at a certain hour and why you're extending them to a certain date and time. And so everyone has to understand what we're trying to do here. This is a rhyme and a reason. And right now, this chart looks like complete execution. Complete. They knew they were going to take it as an op loss. I can tell you that right now because of those impairments. But that's double the loss, dudes. Like, that's amazing. Man. Asset impairment. Like, look at that. 35, negative 10. Hold on. I'm looking at something. I'm thinking right now. Yeah, they literally could have came in at 190 on SG&A. Like, if you think about it, they would have been flat. They would have been, yeah, I mean, they offset double. Yeah, that would have been fine. It would have been fine. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm looking at the top number here, the 252. So you had all this money to play with after it was all said and done. And if you're doing it as a whole, right, as a company, just so that you're clear, like when you look at it, these are like ancillary, right? So these run by themselves. These are their own companies. The United States is its own company. Canada, its own company. Australia, own company. Europe, their own company. So when I look at it, just so that we're clear, I see the gross profit after net sales and cost of goods. I see gross profit. That gross profit, for whatever reason, came up and they said, you know what? We're going to let you have your expenses and it's going to be equal to your gross profit. So you're going to come in flat. That's what I see. Then they went ahead and put this on there. They tacked it on and it came looking upside down. That was wild to me. Huh. Then we come over here. Let me see these guys. 26.9. What did they add? They added 26.6. Like, they added whatever they ended up making. Am I tripping right now? It's in there. It's in that number. Yeah, okay. Now I'm looking at it right. Okay, I got you. So they added it in there, and you're fine. So all they did was add the 5. That's it. They added 5 into this number. I'm trying to figure out like why they do it. If you're already flat. They're 5 over there. They're fine. They're 2 over here. Whatever. And what about over here? Damn America. America comes out with 193, and what do? They go, Let's dump a little bit more in there. Because I'm telling you, America would have been crazy. America would have been so good. Instead of the 160, it would have just been 130. That would have been $60 million. Wow. Wow, they would have been there. You could have ate up all these losses. You could have ate up all the losses from all the impairment. It wouldn't even matter. America alone could make up for this impairment of 35.5. Yeah, no, they're way profitable, guys. They're massive, dudes. Wait till next year. Okay, another thing. Like when you guys do this, I was just like reading it crazy. If you, hey Marantz, I just joined, just quick, was the earnings good? Phenomenal. It's the best earnings you could ever imagine. Like absolutely crazy, Alex. Absolutely crazy. They're up to almost 10%, 11% on ops, profit. And if you're doing adjusted EBITDA, they should have came in at like $80-something million worth of profit. They only did $44 million. Okay? But I'm talking about straight ops. Straight ops. No interest, no Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's not included. Operating, they lost 10, okay? Add back in the 35.5. You can do that. And right here, I'm telling you, I know exactly what I'm looking at. Take in that 36.2. So right there, that's $70 million that they literally don't need to have on the sheet. They don't. And they won't next year. They'll be plus 60. They'll be plus 60 on this number. I know it. I know it for a fact. That's a huge number. Plus 60. For a company that has interest of 60. So you're going to go 60. That's 120. Boom. 120? A quarter? Where you're not doing Christmas? 120. I'm telling you what 2026 is going to look like, guys. You're looking at $120 million. But I'm telling you. And I'm not even counting Bitcoin. No way, dudes. 34.5% gross profit. There's no way you don't make that money. There's no way you don't make it back. Do you think the stock price in relation with the earnings is fair if we would remove short interest? Felix, every stock is short. That doesn't make any sense to me at all, dude. It's like you guys are fixated on market mechanics and shortcomings that every stock is up against. The most shorted stock in the world is Apple because it has a 17 billion share float. Like, who cares? Like, get your head out of the sky on this whole short interest versus what the value is of the stock itself. Doesn't matter. What is the company doing? What does the company do for you every day? Asset impairments are one-time charges against the assets themselves. There's what they call asset write-offs. So as you sell through, it affects your actual. There's an accounting rule here. Like whenever you sell things off, you have to take it on the top on your income statement. So it's okay. It's a one-time. They're called one-timers. Happens all the time. GameStop will go over there and sell all these buildings, X, Y, and Z, and then comes through and it's like, look at all this. Yeah, but go look at the cash. We're gonna go over that right now in a minute. Did they report the interest on cash on hand? Yes, the interest was $57 million. So 56.9. I know it's in parentheses. It's not a loss. It's actually a gain because it's on the credit side. So they gained 57.9. At the end of it all, we ended up 44.8, right? So you have taxes where you actually had it taken away, added back, taken away, added back. At the end of it all, you're at 44.8. That's it. Really easy to look at. The other parts about this are going to be, it's there. So, well, people want to make money, and I want the company to succeed, of course, but I'm tired of being a brokey. Okay, hey, Inter Boston, hi. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. We'll never see you again, bro. Okay? There you go. You're gone. It's so hard. Was that easy to block you for the rest of your life? You came to a chat in a channel where you're considered a brokey. Is that what you called yourself? Go be broke somewhere else. You hold GameStop. You're going to hate yourself. You're going to hate yourself for years and years and years. I sold that shit, bro. I was so broke. If you're broke, go to work. If you're broke, make better decisions in life. This being one of them. I can't stand these people. Hey, man, I need this money now. What do you need? You need a day trade? You need to go sell? Then you don't know what wealth is and you don't know how it actually works. You have zero clue. That means your Rico knows. You're living for now. Is that what you're doing? Let me ask you guys something. And I'm sitting down. I'm not even standing up. Are you guys invested for yourself? Oh, I need money to the bottom line to give myself validation. Is that it? You're going to live forever. Nah. When I die, okay, I want to make this very clear. You know what was crazy? I'm going to tell you a story about a guy. I got a buddy of mine who I've worked with for 13 years. Very good friend. Good man. He actually interviewed me for the job that I have. He ends up working for me years later. I've been promoted. And he tells me, he goes, man, I knew when I interviewed you, you had it. He did. He told everybody, man, that guy right there, he was real. This man I respect. I actually took him with me to the Trump rally with him and my dad and my wife. We're extremely close like that. Like, that's how close we are. We're very close on all things. And he tells me, hey, Marantz, my dad is passing away. My dad passed, And I was like, okay. And he didn't have a way of having his folks, his family there at the funeral. And I said, nah, bro, check it out. I could live stream it. I'll live stream it for you, and I'll have your family, and we'll send them a link, and they can click on it. We'll do a private live stream. We'll pull it. We do the private live stream. And they end up using the channel, and I don't even know how we did it all, but they end up talking at the funeral via my channel. This channel right here, Marantz Rantz. Hit the link, you're able to talk, you're on the Discord, whatever. They called in, they patched them into the funeral. They all gave a speech about their brother and sister who died, the brother who died. And my buddy, he says, hey, man, I got to meet with the finance guys because apparently my dad had a good chunk somewhere doing something. Because I have no idea. And I looked at him and I said, you're going to live a good life, man. Don't worry about it. Now, this man is 60-something years old. And his dad left him 7 figures. This man was able to take a step back and enjoy the last of his life, the hardest part for a lot of people. No, life isn't all vacations and Lambos and Cadillacs and whatever the hell else people are trying to do with this money. But his life and his legacy that his father left behind is what carries him through, the memory of him and the great decisions he made. It taught me so much about myself being there in that moment. I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do the same damn thing. I'm going to make sure my kids are taken care of and that they get to go in and roll in and enjoy the fruits of the labor that I do. And then there's some people out there like, my kids ain't getting none of this. It's mine. Okay, Steve Harvey. Okay, Floyd. Okay, any broke rapper. You guys figure it out. I'm creating wealth for my family, and I'm not giving up. I don't need it. I'm going to work hard. I like work. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy my people. I enjoy everything I do in life. I enjoy this. But for those of you, I'm a brokey. I've been holding so long. This is getting to what? How is this story not intriguing enough for you to want to be a part of it? God forbid something drastic happens to you in your life where you have a reset or where you have some illness or someone around you has the same. you'll have the ability to take care of them if you needed to. But how are you not prepared for every outcome? That's the problem I'm having right now with this community of day traders and gamblers. I need this money to hit right now. I need this. No, you don't. It's going to be there when you need it. It's not going to turn its back on you because you're invested and you're educated into the right thing. Your mindset's just wrong. Completely. People aren't selling their shares for profit. That's not what's done out here. I know like hundreds of millionaires. They don't sell a thing. There was one guy, one crazy guy, two crazy guys. One guy, Doge and GameStop, sold everything, retired that day in January 28th. Swear to God, walked in, dropped his packet. I'm out. And we all knew what it was. Like, bro, what'd you do? He goes, hey, man. And he didn't need much. He said, I just need 300 grand. I said, 300 grand? What are you going to do with 300 grand? He goes, I'll take it out. Pay my rent in advance. Live a couple of years. Buy what I need. Be very minimal. But content with my life and happy that I don't have to come back to work. And I said, he goes, well, so I got that. And then I also have my 401k. I'm cashing that out. And I was like, whoa, shit, okay. I saw the guy. It's been 4 years since this happened. 4 years. I remember it. The guy has no teeth. The guy is single now. And he looks unrecognizable. Do you think I want that? This is what happens when you become a hermit. That's what happens when you think you can disconnect from the world. Go to that job. That job's going to keep you well groomed. It's going to force you to take showers. It's going to force you to have clothes and dress nice and feel good. And guess what? You just might live to see another day. But that's why it keeps you alive. That's why it keeps you going. You stay active. The minute you stop, it all stops. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. Believe me or don't. Believe me or don't. But don't come here and tell me that you're here for profits. Don't do that. Just tell me you're a gambler and you're a day trader and you got an itch. But I've been here 4.5 years. I thought we sorted all this shit out years ago. Let's talk Alex up here. Alex says, I'm really broke. Buying only what my body needs. Nothing extra or luxury. Still holding 5,000 plus. Is that dollars or shares in GameStop and 2,000 plus in Amazon and AMC. 90% of my paycheck goes to my business and self-growth. Well, Alex, and I'm reading you saying all the right things. If you're broke, work more. If it's that easy, want something else to do for it. Yeah, you know. Hey, Alex, no offense, but you're the stupidest motherfucker in this whole room. Is that a word, stupidest? Or is motherfucker a word? You're invested money with AMC and you want to come in here and talk to me? Do you not know what AMC is? Are you that ignorant to what the investment is? Should we call it APE again? Additional preferred equity units? Should we give you NFTs? You know the things that GameStop was doing, that's why AMC did it. GameStop shuts down the NFT marketplace. Guess what? AMC never gives you NFTs again. You want to know why? Because nothing has to deal with AMC. It's all about GameStop. And if you don't know what private equity is, if you don't know who Apollo Global Management is, if you don't know the money behind Jeffrey Epstein, then maybe you don't know who you're invested with. Maybe you don't know why Adam Aaron was calling it a Russian model or a girl from the ballet, a Russian. Do you know who they ordered? Go Google it. Go look at the story between Leon Black and Jeffrey Epstein, where he got his money from. You got to educate yourself more. Robert Kraft, you know how he's getting rub downs? Board of directors of Apollo. when he had his partnership with Gillette. What is this? How the hell are you going to come in here and talk to me about AMC? You're embarrassing, kid. On behalf of all Alexes, you might be the dumbest one yet. Mudrick, Antura, Silver Lake, all of it, bro. I own HYMC, by the way. No, I don't own it, but that's what the NFT told me. If I did, I'd be great. All right, with that good little, my little interlude's gone. I'm sorry. My point was, live for someone else other than yourself. When you do that, then you'll find wealth and everything. My plan for this investment is to pay off my house. True story. It's always been the case. I told my wife. Guess what? Can't do it yet, but I will. I will one day. And that will be the investment for my children and for my wife, and everyone will live a little bit easier. I need this money, man. I'm a brokey. Yeah, you're a brokey, all right. You're a brokey. Because you are. Because you're out there doing dumb shit like $1,000 cell phones and Starbucks and Ubers and Uber Eats and Lyfts and buying girls drinks and doing whatever the hell else you want to do in life. Try me out, bro. I'll take you out. It's over, Packer. I'll take you out, bro. Honestly, you ever want to go out and date, let me know. Just tell me what you want on your hot dog, bro. Your glizzy. Tell me what you want. Swear to God. $1.50. Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I had to get the dogs and the cats away from each other. So this is Binks. If you don't see Binks, Binks is a cool ass cat. He's my baby. He's crazy, but we just gotta hold him. He's gonna jump. I know he is. He's crazy, bro. But he's hanging out with me for now, and we're back. Yeah, Binksy. We're in the camera. All right. So Binks was having a breakout over there in the room. There we go. Sorry, guys. Now I'm here. So, anyway, I think I got to go tend to these dogs and cats, and I know we want to do the show, keep going, but they're fighting. And my wife, you know, if you know how she is, my wife ain't having it about GameStop. She cares about these damn cats and dogs fighting. I was like, no, they're gonna be fine, babe. They're gonna be fine. Look at Binks. Binks is headbutting the microphone. He wants to scratch. There you go. Let him do his thing. Anyway, I'll keep looking at this really quick to see if there's something else. Oh, no, not on the computer, Beast. What are you doing, bro? This guy's in charge, bro. This guy is crazy. Hey, don't do that. Here, let's go. Let's go this way. Come on. Let's go this way. He's a dragon, bro. Okay, let's go. Nah, he wants to go outside. All right, I told you, bros. 1 second. All right, sorry, guys. Okay, we're good. Whew, hopefully they calm down, bros. Hey, dogs and cats. You guys have them? Yeah, they're like children. But what I did was I separated them. And then my wife says, don't separate them in here. And I was like, well, what do you want me to do with them? And so I had to take them until they calm down. The dogs are wild. Okay, cool. All right, SG&A is here, 194. Where was I? Okay, this is 2024. Okay, this is last year. So last year you can see them hiding an additional right there, 42 million, like I told you. So when you throw that number in there, okay, you're throwing 42. I'm just letting you guys know. They're throwing the 42. That's what throws you off. And now you're not profitable, right? On purpose. Whatever it may be. Looks that way. That's the way I see it. Assets. So we went over here. We're now at 6.4, basically 6.4 billion. Huge number. Last year we had tons of inventory, but you'll see that we actually made more money by having less. We're just churning the inventory faster. Receivables here, a little less, not too much, but marketable securities, that's when we were just investing money into T-bills. And then prepaid expenses on assets and current other assets. So they have it there at 62 million. We're at 29 now. But assets held for sale, that's going to be, it tells you down here, all at the bottom, I want to say it said, but the assets held for sale includes sales of new pre-hardware. No. I read it somewhere. That's for sure on the consolidated right here. Property and equipment net for Canada and France and Europe is classified as assets held for sale. So that's what you see here. This is the Canada. This is the whatever, Europe, whatever it may be. And it's 7.1. That's going to go away on the other side once we sell them all. So it'll turn into cash, believe it or not. But $7.1 billion in total current assets versus the 1.89. Oh, what does a year make? Like, what does it do? It really takes you the other way. So that's pretty awesome. Accumulated depreciation of, respectively, I guess. I don't even know what that is, or fine, as far as the $54 million. I have to read and see what it's all about. Let's see. Operating leases. So your leases are there. We've actually cut it in half. Considering we've closed down all those buildings, that's pretty damn good. And then there you go. So 7.5 versus 2.5. It's about $5 billion, a little less than $5 billion. Accounts payable. A lot less this year, right now. But that's okay because cured liabilities and current liabilities, pretty good as far as paying off your bills. We're not carrying over much. Wow, guys. $1 billion. Guys, we're carrying over flat from last year on payments on everything we're doing. So literally 847 versus the 848. Not bad. Not bad. And it's only because of these right here, the liabilities held for sale. That, like I said, that goes to the asset side once it comes off your sheet. So phenomenal number to run your business right here for this amount for $640 million. That's what it's costing to run your business. That's not bad. This is going to be your convertible notes, which is the cash that we borrowed that we got. And then operating lease liability is going to be 167 versus the 385. So we're looking really good. Long-term liabilities, I don't know what happened to the French loan. I don't know if it got paid off. I'll have to read more about it, which I'm okay with. We'll go in here. Net income, complete flip. Phenomenal. Depreciation is there. Stock-based compensation, 5.5. I guess people got paid, but it's okay. Maybe the executives themselves, I don't know who else gets paid in shares. There has to be some RSUs somewhere. We're fine there. Receivables, cool. Change in operating assets and liabilities, merchandising, inventories, cool. Prepaid expenses, we're fine. I'm just looking right here. Accounts payable and acquired liabilities. Bam. So we're on the plus side of cash. Cash flow to us right there, 110. So without a doubt, massive net. Look at this. Net cash flows provided by using operating activities. Literally cash flow positive. If I'm reading this correctly, I'm reading it correctly. $192 million. That is 26% of all total revenue. Crazy number. Crazy. You can't sustain that. There's a lot built into that. But we'll see how it goes. Cash flow from investment activities, we only averaged out 7 versus the 189 the previous year. That's okay because this number is going to go crazy once Bitcoin's there and T-bills and you name it. We got everything coming our way. They might even do, marketable securities for $5 billion, $5.5 billion. We'll see. It's like they took a quarter off on this. They're just making the $57 million. So that's the $1.5 billion that was there. You had to pay. I guess they had to pay commission of some kind to whoever debt issuance, cost of convertible debt. It's right there. So that's just the cost of doing business. You're fine. You'll make it back. So there's your net for investing activities. Pretty phenomenal. Net change in balance of assets held on the sale. Boom. We'll see how it all works out at the end. We'll have to see next quarter. I like the sum of all parts on this. I like the fact that we're going to have another year and annualize on these numbers. This is the biggest change for me. Collectibles have completely taken over from software and really dug into hardware and accessories for the portion of the sale. For GameStop to be a $200 million company on PSA-graded cards, and Pokemon, you name it, everything. It includes apparel, toys, trading cards, gadgets, and other products of pop culture and technology enthusiasts. So very good execution. And I think this transition out of software and hardware that have fixed prices, I think this transition in the card space really has increased the percentages of gross profit. I think that's what's happening here. You have higher gross profit margin on those items. Those COGS themselves come in on the plus side. Okay, SG&A. I'm telling you, I can't even imagine this number. I just don't even know how it was at 295, or I do. Was it way up here? We looked at it, right? So way up here, 290, right here. So last year, I just want to know how they got it. So last year you had store, you had 257. So yeah, so it was the 42 million. It was the extra 42 million that they were throwing out there on the bottom line. Phenomenal number. So to go from 252 basically, what it could have been, what it should have been, that's what they're doing now with this SG&A. Like that right there is just a fluffed up number by 50,000. So awesome. Awesome that 50 million, I'm so sorry, 50 million was just added. It was just them. It was just GameStop doing whatever the hell they wanted to do there. Now they're going to be great. They're going to be phenomenal when this impairment comes across, okay? So because adjusted operating income will be 27.5 is what it would have been. So a lot of people like to go with adjusted EBITDA numbers. Some people don't. Some people are like, it's what you would have been, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But in our case, we're just showing you the drastic difference in value in our case, okay? Now, adjusted net income, 83 million plus. That's what that was. Like I said, that's if you back these out, then you're going to go ahead and find out what your true value is. Just so that we're clear, that adjusted net income is a plus 36.7 and 83. You're looking at a difference of around 100. I'm not really good. 17, about $120 million swing in quarter one. $120 million swing on adjusted EBITDA on quarter one. Okay, so it's pretty awesome. Now you'll see it here, along with the interest. Not bad. That's what really takes it over the top. You're going to have it 3 million less versus the 33.8. But you see it here, it's a flex of 76 million, swinging the other way. So pretty awesome for GameStop. Cash flow. CapEx came down. I love that. It came down half, basically, from 4.9 to 2.9. Dropped $2 million on CapEx. We are now positive cash flow, free cash flow positive, 189.6 versus 114. That is a huge swing. That's almost 200, 300. Is that 300? That's $300 million swing on cash flows. 26%, 25% of all sales was that. So massive numbers, like I told you guys. If people knew the truth about what it means to a company to be this way, I'm going to go ahead and look right now to see if that 10Q has finally dropped. I'm going to go here. This is going to be the Edgar system. You type in GME here, and you'll see the 10Q quarterly filing ending right here. So this is the 10Q. It's here. And we have all the info we're ever going to need. Let's go ahead and read it up. Boom. All right. So, as of last quarter to this quarter, marketable securities, we're currently sitting at zero, is what it tells us. We're sitting on our cash. We're waiting, which is different than what I'm used to. That means they just sold everything as they go through. Inventory levels are fine. Prepaid asset expenses are fine. Assets held for sale are right there, 226. So it's going to be coming out. Property, you're fine. Operating leases are down, which is phenomenal. Wow, even from last quarter to this quarter, huge numbers. We're flat, not bad. Current liabilities. I wonder if can you guys even really see this part? Oh, you guys can. Perfect. Okay, cool. I have not looked at the chat, guys, so I apologize if you guys are writing anything. It says, don't know how you do it all, brother, but thanks. Didn't mean to derail the conversation, but my son with me on the couch, and he wants me to ask you, what's your favorite Pokemon? Hey, how we doing there, AJ? My favorite Pokemon, believe it or not, is going to be Bulbasaur for the starting Pokemon. And because my first pack that I ever opened up at 151s, that, like the new cards that I had never really collected them. I got the Venusaur. I didn't know what it was when I got it. I didn't know that was the final form. I just found out Blastoise is Squirtle's final form, and and of course Charizard is Charmander. So I guess these dudes are like living legends, literally. But Pokemon's cool. I like collecting Pokemon cards for people. And my dream, AJ, my plan is to get to Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, California this summer and hand you a card myself. So tell your dad who's your favorite Pokemon. And if it's Umbreon, okay? If it's Umbreon, I will save the Umbreon card I got out of the Prismatic Evolutions, and I'll give it right to you directly to your face, AJ. I'll give you Umbreon, the card I pulled just a couple of days ago that I did on the live. So appreciate you so much. And thanks for watching the show. And thanks for letting your dad watch the show with me, dude. You're a cool little dude. And don't forget, your pops is the man. Your pops is a tough dude. I told you, man, he beats up everybody. You got to be careful with your dad. You don't want him getting mad, bro. That guy is strong. All right, I got to get back to it. Your dad, Anthony, is still the strongest man in the world to this day. All right, let's go. Don't ever forget that. All right, that was for AJ, man. AJ's a huge supporter of the show. Has been watching for the last year. AJ's probably, I don't know, is he 5 or 6? How old is this guy? He's a beast, bro. He's a beast, just walking through the world, just beating them up. He watches the show when his dad's not around. He just watches it. He's like, Dad, I'm going to watch Marantz Rantz. I'm going to watch, he's opening up some Pokemon cards. Got to watch them. And there you go. What are you watching, yos? What are you watching? I'll watch my language, AJ. I'm going to be a good guy. I'm going to be a good guy right now. But these guys be getting me mad, bros. It's okay. All right, operating leases, we're good. I'm just looking up all these numbers here to make sure we're in good hands. Shareholder equity is phenomenal. Paid in capital, retained losses, guys. Okay, let's talk this out. So GameStop literally is on the cusp of getting rid of all the retained losses. Last year, they were negative 245. As of today, they are negative $36.7 million on retained losses. That's a running total of the company itself, of their profits versus losses throughout all of the years. They are currently at a deficit of $36 million. Wall Street, you got it wrong. It's that simple. You got it wrong. and I'm happy. Hey, by the way, AMC retained losses, $8 billion. They're never going to go positive. But GameStop, yes, they're about to go positive next quarter. Guaranteed next quarter, they are going positive on that 36 million that they're upside down. So I'm very excited for that. All right, let's go to the last 3 months. Year versus year net sales. We did all of these numbers already, so I'm happy with it. We've talked about it in detail, theorized. Great. Flip on the damn earnings per share, which is 10 cents. Remember that your quarterly, just so that we're clear that you guys understand, quarterly earnings per share, you add them all up. So this quarter plus the next quarter plus the next quarter plus the next quarter, that's your yearly total for sales and profit. So at the end of the year, when you get your final number, this is how much money they made this year, that would tell you what you should base your PE ratios off of. You can do trailing 12 PE ratios, which is fine. It gives you the fiscal wrap. But for me personally, let's just do a whole calendar year while we're at it. The fiscal wrap is looking great, by the way. I believe it's at 46 cents right now. 46 cents a share, which is phenomenal. If it was a 100 PE ratio, like everyone else gets to trade at 100, it would be $46 a share. That's the equivalent right now. But if we're going to go ahead and be somewhere in the middle, we'll see where we're at. But I'll meet you at $40. I'll meet you at $40 real soon because GameStop's going to be trading 60-something cents a share guaranteed. After next quarter, it's going to be massive. It's going to be another swing like they've never seen. So I'm excited for the number. I wish we were 3 months ahead, guys. But I live my life 1/4 of a year at a time. For real, for real. All right, here we go. So there you go. And, yeah, shout out to you guys. What did this guy say? Hey, Alvin and the Chipmunk. When you say UCopy is fire, the best TA in the business, UCopy got Bed Bath & Beyond wrong for 2 whole years, okay? We'll never see you in this channel again, by the way. It was nice seeing you, Alvin and Chipmunks, but you go ahead and tell Theodore that that he's probably the best TA. And tell UCopy to throw away his 5 accounts. This guy has 10 different accounts, bros. By the way, I've interviewed with the kid. I told him he was wrong straight to his face. In Korean, it's that's how you say you're wrong. I told his ass right to his face in his native language and my own. We both speak English. I just felt like saying it in Korean. And there you go. And you guys might be wrong too if you guys keep guessing. You guys keep thinking these guys are great? Huh? For what? Short term? You guys keep talking about TA. You know what? I would love to do the whole show. You see these charts? I'll never show you the charts, bros. I'm going to be old school. You guys, man, keep messing with me. I'm going to just do my old school live streams where I never showed a chart. I just talked, and people showed up still. That's what I feel like doing. And that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, just because you got me mad, bro. Oh, guy's terrible, bros. That guy hasn't ever guessed. I guessed a breakout. From 6 cents to 12. Get out of here on Bed Bath & Beyond. Hey, ask him how those bonds are doing. Him and PPC still holding hands? How's that going? Alex? We're good here. Let's see. Based on the presentation, blah, 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 blah. All intercompany accounts and transactions have been eliminated and consolidated. The condensed consolidation report, financial statements, included here on reflect all adjustments. There we go. Look at them being so picture perfect. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, wait a minute. What does it say? What does it say? Oh, okay, cool. Fiscal year. Okay, we're fine. I was just reading, guys. Oh, some people, who knows? Cash and cash equivalents. Look at this big ass number, bros. Ah! Ah! Long-term cash is restricted. It's okay. It'll come back to you. You'll be fine. Pending a sale. Don't worry. It's going to be awesome. Unanimously authorized revision of the investment policy and coordinates. Yes, we know that part. Thank you. Delegated authority to manage the company's portfolio and securities investment board, consisting of him as well as 2 independent members of the board, together with such personnel and advisors an investment committee may further choose. Oh, great. Yeah, it's me and 2 other people. Cool. We consider assets to be held for sale when management with appropriate authority approves and commits to a formal plan to actively market an assets for sale at a price reasonable in relation to their estimated fair value. The assets are available for immediate sale. In the present condition, an active program to locate a buyer has been identified. The sale of the assets, probable and expected to be completed within 1 year, it is unlikely that significant changes will be made to the plan. Upon designation will be held, there we go, we record the assets at a lower than carrying value, and their estimated fair value reduced for the cost of disposal of the assets. Awesome. In connection, blah, blah, blah. During our first quarter, right here, they divested from Canada, and we recognize impairment expense of 18.3 on the assets of Canada Disposal Group during the first quarter. The carrying value of the assets of Canadian Disposal Group were 52.4 million and 58.3 respectively. We sold our Canadian subsidiary, Electronic Boutique Canada, which operated our Canadian stores in e-commerce. Good. So we sold for $100 million, $110 million. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you guys, so that's this number up here. The 110 million they sold for. Where did I see that number? I know I saw it. Not 13. Where'd it go? They're not showing it up here? Right there. Boom. So accounts payable and acquired liabilities right here. So that's it right there. 110. It'll go towards the cash side when it's all said and done. It's already sitting on that side. They're calling it cash. But I don't know. It's saying here that they haven't been paid yet. So I don't know. Maybe. You know, I'm not a genius. I just let shit play out. There we go. The board. Cool. But that's a good number right there. 110. All right. We're classified, recognized, impairment expenses. We did that one. We know that. French Disposal Group 1. Boom. Yeah, the carrying value of the assets held and those liabilities held. Cool. We'll see how that works out. More. Right here. Here it is, guys. Digital assets. Here's the new one. Here's the thing we're waiting on right here, baby. I'm waiting on this one in December of 2023. The FASB. Yep. The new crypto assets standard and effective annual periods beginning after December 15, 2024, including interim periods within those fiscal years. Adoption of new crypto. Oh. So we adopted the new crypto asset standard on a modified retrospective approach effective February 2nd of 2025. The cumulative effect of the changes made on our May 3rd adoption of the new crypto asset standard was immaterial, and the company did not hold any material investments in crypto assets as of May 3rd. Man, they're so specific, which is perfect. Don't worry. But it also does say that they might only do on an annual basis, including interim periods within those fiscal years. Oh, so they got to do it every quarter. Okay, cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm excited right now. I'm excited. Maybe Ryan's waiting for the price to dip on Bitcoin and buy more. Like, yeah, we could buy down here in 93s. That's what I'm guessing. Because now that they know that that's what they're using to hedge them, I mean, come on, they're hitting you on all ends, guys. They're hitting you with the profits. They're hitting you with Bitcoin. They're hitting you with cash. They're hitting you with share price and volume. They're buying shares. They're picking up their own price. They're just doing it, man. Oh, dude, this is awesome. Revenue. Awesome. I mean, they had way more revenue on collectibles versus last year. Like, I mean, they're just massive, dudes. To be down in all the other categories, but the cards are carrying you like $70 million, $76 million. That's cool. That is so cool. We offer extended warranties on certain new and pre-owned products. The terms generally range from 12 to 24, depending on the product. Revenues for extended warranties sold are recognized on a straight line basis over the life of the contract. Yeah, we know. You're fine. Here we go. Look at that, babe. Look at that. Unredeemed customer liabilities. Literally more than last year. Amazing. Extended warranties, who cares? You're selling less product. But right here, subscriptions. We're almost flat, babe. We're so close. We're so close. Revenue for subscription to our GameWords program, whatever, blah, 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 is 43 versus 48. That is not bad. That is not bad considering you shut down everything. So you dropped is that 4.9? $4.9 million. $4.9 million in those damn sales. 4.9. Watch this. I could do this. So 4.9 times 25. Oh, sorry. Am I not showing you guys? This whole time I'm not showing you? My bad, bros. Thank you, Stacks, for letting me know. Somebody just texted me. So anyway, I was showing you all this stuff. I was going through all the lines and reading. It didn't matter. Okay. Doesn't matter. We have nothing there. There's nothing there on investments, assets, held for sale, nothing there yet. Where we know digital assets right here. This is the part where the new accounting rule comes into effect, but we have nothing of material to hold. Now we have software. I'm showing you this. Now I'm looking at this right here. So it's going to be subscriptions. So we're down $122 million in revenue on subscriptions alone. Okay, that's what we're down, $122 million. But that's okay. That's okay. That's $122 million off of a $3 billion number, like a huge ass number. But we do 43. I just want to know 43.8. Oh, that's $1 million right there. Oh, I did it the wrong way. I'm so sorry. 49. I did it the wrong way. Divided by $25. Okay, so we're down 196,000 memberships. But when you factor in from last year to this year, we're down around 1,200 stores. We're losing about 160 memberships per store that we close. 160. But right now you have $43.8 million. Divide that by $25. On average, you're around 1.7 million members. So we have 1.7 million shoppers that have the pro membership. 1.7. We can increase that. I know we can. But I like that. It gives me something to play with. Liabilities, which is fine. 237 versus 253. Game Pro rewards. Okay. Consistent redemptions, breakage of gift cards, trading credits, blah, 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 blah. During the 3 months of May to May, whatever, there were 24 and 28.6, respectively, gift cards redeemed that were outstanding. Okay, cool. So the same amount of gift cards is still being redeemed, even though we closed 1,000 stores. That's good to know. That's good to know. We're not losing it on gift cards. Cool. People are actually shopping. They're gifting. I think our shop are just buying more gift cards. I know we do here on the channel. So thank you in advance. Adjustment, time deposits on assets. What is this? And that are measured fair value. Reoccurring basis. Oh, you're fine. There's nothing changed there. We're fine. 0.01. Not even worry about it. Why do this whole thing? Assets that are measured at fair value and non-reoccurring basis. The French loan had a carry value of $15.7 million and a fair value of $15.3. Okay. In the first quarter, management committed to a plan to divest the company's operations in France. In connection with this plan, we reclassified the $15.7 million of debt related to the French disposal group and liabilities held for sale In the balance sheets, the debt was previously included in the, okay, so they moved it. This amount no longer included in total consolidated debt balances. Oh, cool. So they got rid of that French loan. It's gone. It's hidden somewhere else, which is fine. Doesn't really matter. But it's just not on that line of debt. Cool. I'm happy with that. Debt right now, let's see. Debt 25.7 million, 6.7 outstanding debt respectively. Short-term, long-term liabilities, French disposal group. Yeah, so it was there, 11.4 is what's left. Cool beans, bro. Convertible senior notes. We know what that's all about. We're good. We understand it. 5 business days, blah, blah, blah. That's the current conversion right there. The conversion rate of the convertible notes are 33.4970 shares per $1,000 note, which is equivalent to a $29.85 per stock, higher than the current price point. So awesome. On or after April 6, 2028, if the last reported sale price of the common stock has been at least 130% of the conversion price, which is actually $38.81, right, in effect for at least 20 trading days, whether or not consecutive, during any 30 consecutive trading day period, including the last trading day of such period, ending on and including the trading day immediately preceding the date, blah, 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 the redemption price equal to 100% of the principal note. There you go. Either come get your share at 38. We'll give you the shares. We'll call it a day. It's a good place to be. Good place to be. Letter of credit facilities. We had approximately $9 million standby letters of credit and other bank guarantees supported by 7.7 of cash collateral. Okay, we're fine there because we don't have a loan facility anymore. Earnings per share. You know what's crazy, guys? That when we give you the total of earnings per share, like we tell you the price, they were this, they were that. Remember that we increased our float all the way now to $4.97 potentially? So when you're doing a $4.97 and it's literally 10 cents, 11 cents, those are massive numbers, guys. Massive numbers. Because people will tell you, hey, GameStop came in at 9 cents last year. But they're talking about the 305 float. They're not talking about the 440. You know, the 4, what is it now? It could be potentially all the way up to what, 497? Yeah, they're setting it up for a 2-to-1 split, bros. Oh, I can't wait. Let this shit run. Do a 2-to-1 split. Double up my shares. And then let's just start paying dividends. I have plans in my world, guys. Plans in my life. They got so much cash. They're going to have so much cash, you're not going to know what to do with it. Swear to goodness. You're not going to know. This is a nice breakdown. I don't mind this at all. Yeah. Man, U.S. is just carrying them, bros. That's a good little breakdown right there. I like that. This is the one we were looking at earlier. And this is last year. Terrible. All because they would have, look at this, they would have lost $25.3 million because of other. They actually put it back in there. Fools. I know what you're doing. Not bad. All right, we're fine. We're fine. We reckon. Oh, right here. Here we go. The company evaluated these events, blah, blah, blah. Between this date and that date, they purchased that many. Well, come on, man. And on May 4th, they sold their Canadian subsidiary. So everything is in quarter 2, bros. Immaterial for financial statements. They have proceeds and losses. They sold them at a loss. Who knows? Wow. Nothing's on this one. Come on, man. I want the money now. No, I don't. I'm fine. I'm messing with you. We knew what they were doing there. We're good. Nope, you're fine. Don't worry about it. All right, guys. That's the bulk of it all. I've gone through every single possible line you're going to find during these 3 months. The net sales there decreased 47%. Whoa. Hold on. Is this overseas? This is overseas right here. They won't tell you what the categories are overseas, like what they did overseas. That's what I want to know. Percentage of net sales. Oh, last year we did 70. Who lost it? Who really lost right there? Europe. Damn, we shut down Europe. Net sales decreased $149 million, 16% over the last 3 months. During those 3 months, net sales in Europe, Canada, and United States, yeah, we know 47% in Europe, 10% in Canada, 12% in the U.S. Okay. It doesn't matter. Gross profit, there it is. Look at that. Increased 8.3 million, 3.4 in previous, from 34.5 compared to the 27. They actually put it out there, man. Percentage of net sales primarily due to the shift in higher margin product categories, specifically collectibles and pre-owned hardware and accessories. Sales of collectibles as a percentage of total net sales increased to 29. We saw that. That's so good. SG&A decreased $67 million. It's so stupid. So stupid. Oh, it's so much, man. God, I couldn't even dream these numbers, man. Interest is great. Thank you so much. Income tax, we're fine. Look at this cash, dude. Cash, cash, cash. I mean, it's massive amounts of cash. 6.3, 6.4 almost. As of that date, you know? See, as of May 3rd. Look, they said it right there. Perfect. I want you to know that. So a month and a half later, they don't have that much cash. They have a different number, but still, $3.4 billion. Okay, what does it say? 6 separate unsecured term loans held by the French subsidiary, the Macroeconomic, for a total of 40 million euro, were extended for 5 years during the first quarter. Yes, you did. So it's 15.7 remaining on that French liability. Got it. We did these offerings. Cool. Happy to do them. We raised $1 billion, another billion, or 2 billion, and $500 million. Yep, not bad. Private offering for $1.5 billion. Not bad. Operating activities, we had a swing of $302 million swing on operating cash flow. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Means we need to buy more marketable securities coming up. That's what that means right there. All right. I'll read the chat now because I already read all of this. We're good. We're good, ladies and gents. We're good, man. GameStop, another great quarter in the books. Quite possibly the best quarter. Starting them out for something amazing walking forward. Approximately %15 of the float is DRS. It's come down to 68 million shares. Good job. All you DRS punks finally gave it up. You guys quit. I'm happy for that because I don't care. So much I don't care about you guys doing stupid shit. Let's see. We're fine. We're fine. Everything else is fine. I don't care about their pay. Daniel Moore and Mr. Robinson, Mark Robinson, they deserve to get paid. So, there's these people, they walk their dogs across the street, and my dogs stare out the window like they're cats. So they wait for this dog to walk by, and they just bark at it the whole time. And that's what they're doing right now. I can hear them. All right, guys. Well, that's the bulk of it, guys. It was good numbers. It was good everything. Let's go check the website. Let's see how many cards they added today. We were at 6,400 cards when I started. New Luca cards here. Check them out. New One Piece cards as well. Not bad. Oh, look at this. Glaceon EX for $13. That sounds like a good deal, man. I like that card. But don't I have this card? I got this card right now. I'm giving this thing away. What do you know? I'm giving away everything. 6,561 cards available. I can't wait till the day it says 7,000. That's what I can't wait for. All right, I'm back, guys. Let me read the chat before I go home on this. We'll call it a night. Once again, I want to thank everyone who likes and subscribes to the channel. You guys know who you are. Appreciate everybody who came through the live chat. Let's see. The live stream today for earnings report, just so that we're clear, I want to see how many GameStop investors showed up. We had, as of now, the tally is, let me see what it says, on 8,500 people. So 8,500 people on that earnings report so far. That's a lot of people to watch and understand what GameStop is and the value. And hopefully we did the show justice today. A lot of you guys know what it is. Marantz, you seriously are a beast. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you, guys. Patience is a virtue. I totally agree with that. I'm very pleased with my investment. Pam, I think you would be like I would be. We're here now. You know, we're here and we're looking good. And I'm so happy for it. PSA was infancy in quarter one. No one knew the level of card service like now. Yeah, I mean, they've had to increase everything they do. And they've changed their whole company because of GameStop. So I can only imagine what keeps going. Y'all having fun yet? Absolutely. You're a good person and a great teacher. Thank you for being real. No, Derek, thank you for watching the show. Marantz, thank you for carrying a signal. You're welcome. I like the stock. Kyle Owens, so do I. I'm going to 51 shares tomorrow. Phenomenal. Me too. I rewatched and saw you call 17 cents a share. Oh, did I? Did I? Well, how close was I, adjusted EBITDA? Pretty damn close. I couldn't help myself. Had to buy a few. Good job, man. Goodbye, Canada. That's fine. The trailing 12 is over $200 million. I definitely agree with that. Adjusted net income was 17 cents a share. Marantz, you called it. Oh, thank you. You know, I get lucky sometimes. Thanks for being live right now. You're welcome. Hate that when it happens. It's okay. When you said GameStop's hiding profits, do you think that they're... Yeah, I explained how that's all working out. Hopefully you guys understood what I was saying. Thanks for the breakdown. Pass it out. Passed out in the after hours. Just woke up. Mentats, you're welcome because I didn't pass out. But I'm here for you, man. Thanks for the financial read. You're welcome. Do you think any of the companies that trade many times their book value will ever be priced correctly? How about if I told you that they are priced correctly? How about if we should trade 10x our book? If the average company is going to trade 10x their book, GameStop right now on book value is almost what, 5 billion share, 5 billion. So they're at least $10 to $11 book right now, because that money's not free, right? So they definitely, I'm going to do it right now. I know what they're worth. 49 billion. You divide that by the 447. So they're $11 a share. Not bad for book value. We're going to go 11 times. Let's just go 5 if we can, okay? Like everyone else gets to trade at 5, not us, right? And yet we have free cash flow of over $200 million. We have we're 189 on free cash flow this quarter, which makes up like, it's literally 25% of our total revenue was free cash flow. So there's just a lot to look at for GameStop, and there's just so many positive, all the numbers in the positive that I don't know how Wall Street holds it down tomorrow. I just don't. I don't know who's dumb enough not to buy it. Like, if you're not buying GameStop and you're buying something else, you're a complete moron. Like, there's just no way you don't buy GameStop. They dropped 400,000 of shares after hours. Yeah, sure, Josh, I got you. Do you think any of the companies... Yeah, I got that. And if not, then when will GameStop trade a similar way later on once it's priced correctly? Vince, I think they're going to go ahead and sell and give value for GameStop within these next 2 quarters. I think going into quarter 4, it's going to be like they're not going to know what to do, because they're going to be like, well, there's no way they don't make money. You know, this is the year everybody gets it wrong and GameStop gets it right. This is our turnaround. The only thing that could stagnate, you know, and chop it down and hold it down would be macro events and the world coming to an end. If the planets were to align and then the aliens come down and they they could abduct Ryan Cohen. That's the only way GameStop's not going to be a profitable company and or get their fair value. It would take an act of God, and since we're all part of a cult, and Ryan Cohen is our God. Maybe you don't know this part. These guys don't understand how much we live and eat off of his tweets. That if he doesn't tweet, we don't eat. If Roaring Kitty never comes back, what will we do? We're lost puppies in the sand, and I don't even shop at GameStop unless you tell me to, man. So I'm a firm believer that GameStop's going to go to heaven and back. I want to go. I want to walk towards the light. That's what I want to do. And I'll join you on Halley's Comet when it wraps right around the planet again. Because we're going to jump on that bitch and we're going to keep going, man. Rock on, bro. GameStop to $2,000 a share. I'm out at $500. One share a day I'll sell for the next 1,000 days. If not more. 4.5 years of selling. We'll see how it goes. I did 4.5 years of buying. Oh my God. Geez, thank God we dumped Canada. Europe can get lost too. Over a year, that's $150 million profit swing without those two regions. Now you understand. But you got to find a buyer for your terrible little losses there. They're killing my calls right now. Joshua, I will block and ban you from the show forever, bro. I don't have these conversations about your calls. Okay? We're investors of a great company. We're not gamblers. A share a day keeps the doctor away. Thank you, Incan all day. Nobody knows your risk. There are CPAs for that. There you go. Tell them, bro. Just buy what you can and don't over leverage yourself, and make sure you do your due diligence. Yes. So why would they not hide it then? I just told you, and you're good. They're NVIDIA that does mark-to-market accounting. Well, that's also true. You mean that is what NVIDIA did and got caught? I think I get it. Well, what NVIDIA did, NVIDIA front runs the number. It's mark-to-market accounting. NVIDIA's in big trouble right now. So I'll explain how that's all going to go down. It was announced today that Google and Amazon and Meta and numerous other companies that actually purchased I believe it's the H100 chips, the ones that are selling on eBay for like $50,000. All these chips that they bought, all these AI data center chips, that they're not going to need them anymore. They're actually going to tone down on the renting of the servers, and the cost per hour on the servers themselves, from what I was told, was $5 to $10 an hour. It's now 75 cents, so it's already dropped down 6x, 10x. Like, they literally are going to make $0 for what they originally counted for on the mark-to-market accounting side. So what mark-to-market accounting does, it allows you to take a contract up front and count it all as profit and income. And that's what they've been doing. They took in all these orders for all these chips that they're going to be developing, but now all the people that agreed to buy them are now dialing back on their agreement and saying, no, we don't need them because, one, technology has changed and been done better. That's what DeepSeek was all about. And the last part about that is that all of these companies are not going to have asset write-offs. So you're going to have numerous companies, blue chip companies, have to write off these chips at a loss. And when that happens, their balance sheets are going to look upside down. They're literally going to look like they're making $0. But when you think about companies like CoreWeave or Ablecom, or there's one more, CompuWare, when you think about these companies that they live off of these contracts, like this is all they are. That's all these companies are. So you're going to have super microcomputers go belly up, basically. ARM Holdings, same thing. And, of course, the new darling of the world, CoreWeave. Everybody's in big trouble right now with the announcement that happened today. And when no one's talking about it, that's the issue. The only one guy I know talking about it was Nobody Special Finance, the YouTuber. And he was talking about it this morning. He's he's dialed in on that. I'm dialed in on retail. He's dialed in on the chip space. So I get a lot from him where I'm listening, and then I have to go do my own due diligence. Just because somebody tells me something doesn't mean I don't go read it. But you guys know that I've been following the round tripping of funds via related parties for NVIDIA, where NVIDIA and Wall Street, they're pumping money into this company and they're making up these profits that don't exist. And they don't care because everybody's cashing out, everyone's getting bonuses, and then they're just going to call it a loss. So at some point, this party's over. And that's what I'm telling you right now, what we see coming down. So mark-to-market accounting is frowned upon when you think about it from a standpoint of having integrity. And most of these companies pay fines for giving out the wrong info or being overzealous on some answers there. You know, Supermicro Computer's been NASDAQ non-compliant twice in the last 6 years. If somebody has fraudulent accounting practices, I wouldn't invest with them. If they have it twice, I definitely wouldn't. That's the difference here. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, focusing on GameStop, not let these other distraction stocks get the best of me. But I really feel that they're going to create some uncertainty in the market, and the top half of this market, those Mag 7 stocks, excluding Apple, excluding Netflix, they're $500 billion market cap. This is a little different, but definitely not Apple. As I told you guys in the past, Apple doesn't have CapEx on the AI side to NVIDIA. Apple's developing their own products in their own chain. So they've actually found a way to do it. And then, of course, Microsoft was getting themselves out of the partnerships. So Microsoft was looking at Dell. They were going to Dell and Hewlett-Packard, and they were trying to do deals with them. So NVIDIA is still the darling for Amazon. NVIDIA is still the partner with Meta, but Meta's trying to build their own product of the same. So you're going to see just what the parity is, because you're making yourself obsolete when you're selling chips that you don't have a demand for or a manufactured demand, and then you make a better chip 6 months later. Well, guess what? Try selling that to somebody. Try selling that to somebody who just doesn't want to sit back and say, you know what, I'll wait for the finished product, not for the one you're making in the intermediate. But they keep making up their own lies because their earnings calls are complete shows. No, they do an earnings call where they're tap dancing. And that's Jensen Huang in his black jacket and doing every damn interview, just like Michael Saylor and Bitcoin. You know, guys, MicroStrategies is in really big trouble. And it might not happen this year. It might not happen next year. You're going to see great profits, and people are going to go crazy. They don't understand what's happening over there. That company has zero cash, and they're so leveraged to Bitcoin and debt in the tranches that they have that they could do nothing. The power of that company is going to be out of his hands. He's going to have to dilute his company and just give up all percentages. Like, he literally has no choice. The current shareholders will profit. New ones will not. New ones will not. And the unfortunate part is they already know. They know exactly where you're at. So that's why he says these kamikaze talks where he's like, you know, if Bitcoin is going to go, I'm going to destroy my keys. And I'm just like, you're going to destroy your what? You're going to destroy your Bitcoin? Are you crazy? Do you know what happens? It's not that it goes up in value. You yourself, your assets are gone, and what is your company going to do? Does your company know you're this reckless and you're this way? Because they have zero cash, guys. They have zero cash. MicroStrategies, MSTR, okay, which is known as MicroStrategies. This is what everybody thinks people are mimicking their game plan, and you're not mimicking their game plan. It doesn't matter what they bring in, what they don't make. Right, operating income, they lost $7 billion last year. Like last quarter, $7 billion loss. And people are like, what do you mean? What does that mean? Well, because they're using all their money, and they got to pay taxes on it, man. You got taxes on all this money coming in where you're offering up your company on these convertible notes, but you're still paying taxes on that money that you can't control. And look at the cash. This is how much cash they don't have, guys. They don't have cash at all. They never have. They take every dollar they have and they go put it into Bitcoin. And that's cool. That's cool in the long run. Look at this, $43 billion right now at this quarter. But the next quarter, it's going to be even more. They got $43 billion in there. And you're like, man, that's a lot of money. No, you guys got to see the other side of this. And they're not telling you. They're not telling you the other side. There's only one side right now. They're not showing you the other side. So if you saw the other side, you would know with the liabilities, it would be here. Like GameStop actually showed liabilities. The 1.5 billion was on the sheet because they're like, no, here's my 1.5 we generate from convertible notes. These guys aren't doing it that way. And you'll find out why. They can hide it in crypto for now. Coming up next quarter, they're going to have so much debt that you're going to be leveraged. And, a company with debt, just so that we're clear, these guys have, look at this, $8 billion net cash debt. I mean, they couldn't pay off their debt if they wanted to. But they're hoping and praying that Bitcoin just keeps going and going and going. So here's the problem. You're looking at a company that has an overview where they lose $5 billion. That $5 billion number is going to flip to the positive. I get it. They have 500 million Bitcoin. But at what point do you announce, hey, here's my profit. I've been buying it at 100,000. My average cost is 70,000. But you keep buying it. But who are you going to get money from? Because you're not going to be positive. You're going to be positive one quarter, not the whole year. You can't carry it, dude. You can't. You can't carry the amount of money you're borrowing. Market cap's already priced in at 100 billion, guys. Their revenue is 459. Their trailing 12 revenue is 459. That means you only have sales 459 versus losing 5 billion. It's just a Bitcoin play. It's just a play, but these guys have no money. They're completely broke. These guys right here, MicroStrategy. Sorry I wasn't showing you. I apologize, guys. This is their revenue. This is their gross profit. And this is their operating income. They are losing $7.5 billion on the trailing 12. And people are going to be like, yeah, man, they're going to get that Bitcoin on the sheet and it's going to look amazing. Well, I'll tell you what's not going to look amazing. This dollar amount right here. They couldn't go get money if they wanted to. They have to literally sell the asset that's holding up all their notes. They have to sell Bitcoin to get money. Bullshit, Michael Saylor telling you he's not going to sell it. They could do nothing for cash. No one's willing to give them any more cash. They only have $60 million. Their collateral on is Bitcoin. I'm sorry to tell you. How are you going to pay these people back? You got to give them your shares. Guess what happens to your company? It gets diluted. It gets diluted and you still have to pay. Because how the hell are you going to pay back $100 billion that you borrowed? No. It's that bad, guys. It's very bad, actually. Anyway, just buy what you can. Okay, cute. I'm going to keep reading. Sorry, guys. I explained in video, which is fine. Can we ask questions at Thursday's shareholder meeting? I mean, they usually let you call in, but GameStop usually makes like a little announcement. Ryan will come in. Thank you guys so much for licking my feet and hugging me and loving me, and that's the way he goes down. He's praised. And then they just say, here's the new board of directors and here's the new accounting and auditing firm. That's it. Hey, Marantz, I just joined, just quick. Was the earnings good? Yes. Drinking my wine, listening to Marantz. It's a great evening, awesome evening and report. Yes. You're good. No, I think you need to stop worrying about short interest. Thank you so much. Yep, I showed that part. We're good. What up, brick by brick? Then they wonder why they get blocked. Oh, I know. Trust me. I'm here for the bands, Jill said. Yes, you are. I laugh at people who think last year's revenue for quarter was higher. Do they not realize we shut down non-profitable stores? Revenue year over year might be lower at the top line, yes, but the bottom line is looking so good. Yeah, the bottom line is massive. What's the earliest GameStop could get into the S&P 500? Dotson, it all depends on the price, the market cap. All they need is market cap. I just want to put that out there. And then, of course, it takes S&P to figure out if they want to put them in there. But it's a vote. It takes time, but they just need market cap. So once they hit $40 a share, they're really close to the prerequisite. Just trying to get some cows and leave my sons well off over here. There you go. If you're broke, work more. It's that easy. Yeah, it is that easy. But Alex, you're pretty terrible, Alex. And since you wrote all that bullshit, a paragraph, we won't be seeing you anytime soon, Alex. Okay? You're an AMC investor. This is not for you. Make a new account. Come back in. New attitude. Make sure to buy some land too. Yeah, you can't make any more land. Do your best. They both follow GME. Dad wins. There you go. Time to stocks is like water to plants, the oxygen to tree. Patience. I have no idea what any of that means, bro. But I got you. Sacrifice and selflessness. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that's my aunt. Never sold a thing. Sitting on a mountain. Yeah. Yep. And you stop working and you die. Yep. Yep. That's my uncle. Sold it all. Has no teeth. Told you. Hold. Sell what you need when you need it. If you need it. Must have a healthy routine. Daily work is everything. My gym is my daily anchor. Good job. On behalf of all Alexes, we don't claim that other Alex. That's funny, bro. GME balance sheets continue to look amazing and improving profits. To add about $200 million for the trailing 12. Cash flow continually more positive and a balance of saved money now at $6.4 billion. Well, I have 949 shares, so now I can get my goal of 1,000 shares. Only another 51 left. 51, bro. Good luck. Nothing will stop the inevitable GameStop GME Holdings Corporation. Nothing. Chronicles of the GameStop Holdings Corporation saga and legendary slaying hammer of truth, Marantz Rantz. Thank you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ain't nothing wrong with a little blank down. Yes, there's a lot wrong with that. Don't think I've ever met a smart Alex. Trebek? Canadian? It's over, Packer. It's over, bro. Alex is protesting in LA. He's not like us. And just like that, Alex vanished from the dark corners of the shame. Yes, Alex is gone. How's everyone doing? We're doing great. Alex don't have time to protest. Alex sits here and works his ass off. Alex speaks in third person like he's damn, who was that guy? Baby Yoda, bro. The other Yoda. That's wild, bro. Who are you, Ricky Henderson? Ricky has 130 stolen bases. Ricky's the greatest. Yes. Remind me of I don't even know. Whoever. These guys are ridiculous. Ricky Henderson gave his dad the talk. What up, fam? Y'all already know what time it is. It's shower time. Dude, get them dude wipes out there. There we go, Stacks. Appreciate you, bro. You know what I love, Stacks? I went to Rachel's live this morning, early morning. Because what I do is whenever I have gifts from TikTok, I transfer them and then I send them to her. That's all I do. I don't need them. I just go, here you go. Boom, 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 boom. Because TikTok, whatever. They can send me gifts, whatever. And I don't want that money. And so I give them to Stacks' wife. And I walked in and I go, yo. You know what? I didn't even say it. I said, yo, what's up, Rach? I went I go, what's up? And I sent her the thing. And she goes like this, earnings. And I was like, yo, she knows it's earnings. That's amazing when your spouse knows it's earnings. That means that they're listening to whatever you're talking about half the damn time. So that means you were talking to her, bro. You were saying it. You're like, hey, baby, you know it's earnings tomorrow. We're going to the moon. Yeah, there we go. Alex, I recommend you study 1992 to 1997, the ski chalet in Vail, Colorado, between Adam Aaron, AMC, Leon Black, Jeffrey Epstein, 96. Adam Aaron was appointed CEO of Vail Resorts. You don't know who else was over there, bro, at Vail Resorts? They all were. They all were. You're talking about dudes who've been killed. Everybody's been on that board of directors at Vail. If you're at Vail, they just got their new CEO back from previously. Be careful, Vail Resorts. That's where the money ends. And that's where the life begins. It's nice. Binks lets you live in the home like that. Yeah, tell me about it, bro. That dude's a murderer. Had to push him out the room. Yeah. What you should do, Alex, if you're still here, Alex, you should watch a video called Connect the Dots. Connect the dots, bro. That's all you got to do. Watch that. My chat is lagging. Hold on. We are board members eligible to buy more shares after the earnings if they plan to offer. Yeah. I thought we paid that off. There we go. And I already read that part. We're good. Shout out to AJ again. I'm getting a lot of ads. Anyone else having the same issue? Who knows? It's YouTube. I don't pick when the ads come up, bro. I just go live. We'll do it live. Yep, there we go. The Pokédex is Doug Trio. Number 51. Is that who it is? I didn't know. I saw the Rolodex. That was cool. Hey, this chat's catching up. It's lagging so bad, bros. My chat's lagging bad. I don't know what's going on. But hold on. It's gonna get me there. Somebody sent a super chat, so I'll have to read it right now. Hey, yo, look at Larry Chang's last tweet. I thought I did, but I'll read it again. Now that I did not know, that is a great stat. Long-term positivity. Might be the dumbest shit anyone's ever said here today. Oh, what did they say? I don't know what it was said. Up and to the right, baby. Up and to the right. Yeah. Sorry, I got the Titron syndrome. Yeah, that fool. Somebody went in there and said my name during his live stream, and he was like, look, guys, and no hard feelings. Got nothing negative to say. And I expect that from a goddamn Pee Wee Herman lookalike. Hey, Tetron, I got a question for you, Poindexter. What's the word of the day? You know what, Tetron? I said I wasn't going to play any music, but every time I think of this song, I think of you, bro. I'm going to show you, bro, okay? I swear to God, I'm going to do this right now. This is what I think about you. This is so good for me because, I don't care. When I see Tetron on his show, this is what I do, bro. Hey, guys. Tetron, Tetron looks just like him, too, bro. You guys just don't know. They have the same physique. Yeah, I love that movie theater. That's why he probably likes movie theaters, bro. You copy is the reason why my options are going to print. Hold on. I got to get rid of all this shit. These dudes will never have a place to come again. Never have a place. You'll never find, bro, you guys better go hang out. No, dude. Go do it. These guys are something different, bros. You guys, losing all your money investing into broke-ass companies wasn't enough. You want to start buying options against the company that's the greatest. Thank you. Keep grinding, man. Love your content. Have 2 kids now since we started to watch the show. Life flies by so fast. Joe, I appreciate you, Joe. You've been watching for 4 years. You've been doing great. How high will GameStop reach this year? Blankton, $2 million a share. $2 million a share, Blankton. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready, bros, because GameStop's not stopping. Tomorrow, it's just going to go to 5,000. It's going to be amazing, bros. I'm buying every damn share. How high do you want it to go? What's your sell price? You the man, Marantz. Oh, say that shit again. Yo, look at Larry Chang's last tweet. Hold on. Marantz, how high is it going to go, Marantz? I don't know. High? I'm thinking Friday the 13th will be my next live stream. We don't care about that shit, bro. Congratulations to everyone in the class of 2025. From the Book of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. What's the point of that tweet? What does that mean? Don't care about that. Bro, you didn't tell me nothing about his last tweet. What did he say? You guys are ridiculous, bros. Marantz, I would like that. Thank you, Larry. What happened? You're ridiculous. Chewy earnings tomorrow morning. Be there or be square. I'll be square. Why not go to GameStop Echo to help filter out people? Let's go, baby. I'm going to celebrate. Oh, there you go. I don't know. He's fine. He doesn't know how to handle his live streams, bro. I'm not there to help him. I'm my own. I'm my own person. I don't go chasing these guys around town. But I guarantee you they're going to start chasing me. And when it all happens, don't worry. It's already been happening. I just choose not to tell you guys every damn interaction. I say, no, thank you. I'm fine. Thank you, guys. No, it's okay. Thank you. Because I can. Now we're talking real TA. Are we talking about real TA? How about $1 more than it was last year? How about that? Thank you, Stacks. Thank you. GameStop can't stop, won't stop. Johnny G. Diamond Hands. Listen, bro. I'm currently thinking Friday. Oh, yeah. Nobody cares, see? No, the one about the class of 2025. Read the actual page. Oh, God. You want me to read this shit? Hold on. Let me read it. Ew. What's that? Yes. Of course you'll be back in Narnia again someday. Once a king in Narnia, always a king in Narnia. But don't go trying to use the same route twice. Indeed. I don't try to get there at all. It'll happen when you're not looking for it. Wow. And don't talk too much about it or even amongst yourselves. And don't mention to anyone else unless they find that they've had adventures of the same sort themselves. What's that? How will you know? Oh, you'll know all right. Odd things they say. Even their looks. We'll let their secret out. Keep your eyes open. Bless me. What do they reach them at these schools? Wow. What do they teach them at these schools? And that is the very end of the adventure of the wardrobe. But if the professor was right, it was only the beginning of the adventures of Narnia. Holy shit. Congratulations to everyone in the class of 2025. He's talking about kids graduating college and in high school. He's not talking about GameStop. But I know you guys want to think it's about GameStop, and I'm down with that too. But no, I'm going to be fair. Because the next book is what? The Silver Chair? I don't remember The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe too much. Was it The Silver Chair? What's the next book? You guys are probably thinking I'm crazy right now. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Yeah. So it was The Lion, the Witch, and the Chronicles of Narnia, which was printed in the 50s. And it was, let's see. I got to know there it is. Okay. Prince Caspian was the next one. And then The Voyage to the Dawn Trader, The Silver Chair, The Horse and His Boy, The Magician Nephew, and then the Last Battle. So the fact that you guys can't even name two of them, you can't even name two books. I did. Where were you? Where were you? Marantz, do you even read, bro? I know you guys don't. That's why I'm always doing all the damn DD for you. Jokers. Salty Splatoon? Hey, Marantz. How do you feel? I don't feel. Are you going to buy calls? I am. I'm going to call your mother. Hide this user on this channel. Here we go. Gone forever. You'll never see the kid again. Are you going to buy calls? Call your mom. She's only cost a quarter, kid. Hello? 1-800-COLLECT. That's what I'm dialing, bro. Dialing. That's what I'm doing on these calls. You wrong with his 5 accounts trying to spam the chat. Exactly. I just saw that too post from Larry Chang. Marantz, an idea on what it means for the next live stream? No. Larry's out there trying to talk to people all the time, bro. And then when you go there in the chat, I'll be like, please don't talk about GameStop. Okay, then let's not talk. Larry, shocker. Nobody wants to talk to you about anything other than GameStop, bro. No one wants to talk to you about Harvard three-pointers, okay? My AI bot just told me that the Canadian sell is 735 million. Is that right? Haven't seen it anywhere. No. 735 million is the amount of sales they did. Wow. That is crazy, bro. Can you imagine a company that costs more than the liabilities of the whole company combined? Yeah. Conference call Thursday? Yep. I'll be here. I will be here for the conference call, guys. I will have it live. We're doing it live. Remember that one time they told me I couldn't do it? And I still did it? Heard about Jim Cramer and the horse and live television when GameStop hits 1,000? No, Dirty Mike, because I'm not thinking about dirty things. But I will tell you this. That guy who's manipulating people via the ETFs, and they're using these new ETFs against GameStop, it's not coincidental. All of this is here to hold it down, to pin it down. And it's okay. I want them to pin it down. I want GameStop down to the ground. I want them just to hold it at 25 and 30 for the next, 5 years. I need that time. I need that time. Oh, I can't wait. No, but it's going to be awesome. As of June 10, 2025, boom, 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 earnings met all S&P 500 eligible criteria. It did not. It did not, CJ. It does not meet the market cap. You need more market cap. What happened to GameStop going down instead of up? I don't know. It's not down. It's sideways right now. This is a marked improvement from the previous assessment. We know that. Where GameStop fell short on market capitalization of $15.5 billion versus the $20.5 billion. The 2025 earnings confirmed substantiated profitability and recent share issuance have boosted market cap above the threshold. Are they taking into consideration the convertible? What? They can't yet. It's not converted yet. Yeah, CJ, that's weird. That's weird, okay? You're on to something there, CJ, but we're not there yet, okay? We're not there yet. Marantz, my slab package arrived today at your place for your giveaway. There's a bit in there. Excited for the giveaway. Up to the right. Timor, are you the guy who sent me the last one too, bro? Man, I think my mom texted me and told me there's a package over there at the damn mailing box. Cause I have mailing boxes everywhere, guys. I have them outside. You know, my wife was out there doing her thing, losing the keys to the mailing box, and so I had to send more the other way. Oh yeah, my son sent me the same thing I already saw. I saw this. Yeah. My boy, you know, I love my son texting me in the middle of the damn show. XRT came up on Reg Show again the day that GMEU started trading. What's that tell you? I don't know. Okay, cool. Debt is gross. All I know is buy and hold. Me too. Project Rocket is here, guys. Absolutely. Let me keep reading the chat, and I'm almost out of here. I'm almost done, man. Ooh, I'll be so excited with my day. Then what? They're going to sell off and pay the debt? Then the whole strategy is shot. Yes, that's the whole point, Stacks. Got to go, guys. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome, Sergio. Appreciate you, bro. She just rolled her eyes at me right now. I told you. I told you, bro. Of course she knew, bro. Of course she knew. Hit the like button. $500. Yes. Pee Wee Herman. Stop it, bro. Stop. What do you mean? That's Tetron. Next time I see Pee Wee up in the chat, bro, we're going to be doing a live stream, guys. Had his sunglasses on. I don't know if he thought it was cool. I have to give him a space helmet or something. Maybe I should email him a space helmet. Email him a space helmet. Yes, I said that correctly. I've been waiting for this. Oh, man, you guys ain't ready for me, bro. Thank you. That's why I just time him out, so Marantz can giggle and hide him later. Oh, yeah. Word of the day is left. Anytime you... Oh, yeah. Hey, Tetron, how's the shit going left, bro? I need to know how stocks go left. It's like saying, I'm getting younger. What? It's not possible, bro. Yeah, no Turkish to the light. I feel personally attacked, bro. I can read, bro. But when I do, it's in your voice for some reason. That is funny. That's hilarious. Okay, guys, listen. We had an amazing day. An amazing day. The best earnings report in the history of GameStop, the company, the holdings company, but it's just the beginning. This is going to be the best. This is the best overall report I've ever seen, but it's only quarter one. We still have 3 more quarters of greatness to go. And it's going to be like this the rest of our lives because we have the greatest management team that actually cares about long-term profitability. They care about you. And me, I care about you. I care about you guys so much that I ate all my Mexican candy. I only got one left. It's here, baby. And if you don't know how to do this, you don't know my life. GameStop, can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. Everyone else, well, they can keep thinking about Tetron. Invest better. Better invest, Tetron. I'll see you around, millionaires.